Welcome back, everyone, to another session of the Half-Rate Heroes. Thanks for joining us tonight. Our heroes are still in the elemental plane of Earth. Now, quick recap, they've been hopping from plane to plane within the inner planes, destroying these crystals that have been set in by this group, they believe, this group, the White Hand. They have been cropping up regularly. Now, last session, our heroes destroyed the crystal that was on the elemental plane of Earth, and it sort of kick-started, well, not it, but other, in getting involved in the fighting pits, kind of kick-started a mass exodus out of the city of Jewels within the plane of Earth. A lot of the people who were here just for mining efforts just for the fighting pits are all starting to leave, leaving behind nothing but slavers and their slaves that are there for mining jewels. And so our heroes ended the session last week talking to one of the Dao there that could help teach them. Gave them information about the city and is kind of in charge of all the mining efforts. He let them know that they can stay in one of the upper rooms in the city while they stay here for as long as they need to. But he gave them the information that the White Hand were apparently acting out of the city of Evernight. Evernight being the Shadowfell version of the city of Neverwinter. So it all comes back full circle to Neverwinter. So, what do our heroes want to do now?
So, are we going to track down these creators and eliminate some more? Since we're done with the crystals.
Well, we're here in this city, and there seems to be like some business for us to take care of before we head back, like them drow.
Mm-hmm. I could enjoy some drow violence.
The Dow fella said that the Elvel drow are slavers here, so maybe we can pay them a visit.
That'd be kind of on the fun side.
It looked like everyone was leaving kind of just through this veil into the material plane, presumably heading back. Does this look like a natural phenomenon that's going to last for a long time? Because, like, I presume what we want to do is free these slaves. And we have some options in order to get them back, including the new toy that Taslin's got. But we might even be able to use that thing. I don't know how it works. Maybe the slaves, if they run through it, they'd be able to just think where they want to go and they're back home. That'll make things a little easier for us.
Well,
Any ideas?
I guess the first step might be finding out why the mass exodus.
I would believe it's because the fighting pit is now closed, and many of them sought to wager and increase their purses by betting these fighting pits.
It's what I imagine seem to say, yeah.
Without the ability for the family that ran the fighting pits to fix the fights anymore with that pickaxe. Yeah, they probably want to get that sorted out before they fire up fighting pits again.
It would be nice to track him down and get me gold he stole from me.
Indeed.
Stole?
Well, he was a one of your kind, like, right, Taslin? He was a shadow elf.
Yes, he was.
So maybe he's in league with the White Hand.
Perhaps. I don't know.
What would they want a bunch of gold for? Doesn't seem like they're about.
Unless he was somehow connected to the Tao that we fought, and seemingly was the strings behind him, and fled once we removed the problem.
Did you get anything from him, like a slip of paper saying what you bet, a receipt, or something like that?
I don't believe I did.
No betting receipts.
Just hoped. You don't have any one of his personal belongings.
Nope. I'm assuming you were
You
going
don't
to
even know his name.
Yeah, I can't scry on somebody if I don't
Yeah.
know anything about them.
I don't.
But honestly, I think tracking down our money is the least of our concerns. I mean, we still have all the jewels in that bag of holding. So,
In which case, we could plan our shift over to the material plane to sell some of these.
I do like sparklies over gold.
And if we are going to be heading back into the Shadowfell, we will need to prepare dutifully to confront this organization if they are where we've been told.
Sorry. Between now and then, though, I want to take care of these drow.
Yes, please.
Mm.
Are we going to use Nugget's place as a base of operation, or do you want to attempt to find a shadowy corner in the slums?
I mean that inn where he's conducting business.
He said that we had a room available above.
Yeah, so you can, as a reminder of the structure of the city of Brass as it looks, you have it. It seems almost like it's just one big crack in the earth, and lining the walls are a series of pathways and steps that lead up to alcoves and built-in apartments into the walls, with a few bridges that cross paths every now and then. You've been promised at least a room you can stay in up there. The drow are in rooms similar to that. Mate.
Ooh,
Oh,
what was that?
I don't know.
everyone okay?
Yep.
All right, cool. So you can go up there. Nurgak does his business inside the tavern here, which you can remain in, but it's still fairly busy with other miners, so communication isn't exactly private down there.
Not to mention, it's someplace where Nuggets knows that we are, so if anyone asks Nuggets where we are, he'll know. He's not exactly an ally. He's kind of a neutral party, so that's a concern.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to not stay with him, but I guess if we're just gonna, waylay these drow, then we don't really have to find a bed to sleep in. My only question is the exit strategy for us and any slaves we may be able to free. So that's why I was asking about that veil. Does that look like, do you guys know, is that a permanent fixture? Is that always there? Or is this a temporary thing that someone has turned on? What do you guys think?
That's if you're still talking close enough to Nurgak for him to answer. He can answer the question for you, rather than you guys speculating. So
I wasn't asking Nurgak, that's for sure.
Okay. All
Having
right,
a
go
chat
ahead
with Kale and Tazlin. And what do you guys think?
I'm sure that they have regular means of travel between here and the material plane. If not, if this is a temporary thing, then we have, I believe, 3 different ways that I'm aware of to travel out of here. I can recall up to 5 other creatures besides myself back to the city of 1,000 pearls, or 10,000 pearls, or however many there were. There were a lot. Or Tazlin has been gifted the Amulet of the Plains, and he has that item that belongs to Mr. Loic that we've been using to travel between the planes.
Mhm.
So we've got a lot of ways to get out.
We do.
Mhm.
What about the slave?
A lot of those ways could include, I believe, up to a certain number of people that are willing. I'm not sure exactly how the plane shift spell works with the amulet.
You and up to 8 creatures. The the amulet can get you and up to 8 creatures. The Rubik's Cube can get up to 6 creatures. And anyone can use that. It doesn't have to be Taslin.
Okay, so there's 5 of us, and then we got 6, and we got 8, and we got 6 if you include myself with the word recall. So that's 12 plus 8 is 20, minus the 5 of us, that's 15 people we could take back to, not necessarily all of them to the material, but at least to away from here.
Right. So I'm asking about that veil. Do you think that's temporary, or do you think that's always there?
It's probably temporary, but it's something that they could open and close at will.
Why don't we ask him?
Of course not. We're not going to ask a local about things regarding local things.
Well, he may be knowing.
Nurgak, if I wanted to purchase slaves and bring them somewhere else, where would I take them? And how would I secure a portal back to wherever I require to go?
Okay, well, we don't really sell slaves here. You bring them your own. And you bring your own way in or out. That's it. We don't provide a way for you to get here. We don't provide a way for you to get out. That's all on you. However,
Who
I
opened up
will
that veil?
just say it's a side effect of multiple people using the same effect to get out. When too many people start using a gate in the same location, the gates tend to just spontaneously stick around a little bit longer. It allows a few extra people to get through that weren't really intended to be. It makes it easier when it comes to mass exit. Less people have to cast the spell, more people can get on out.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long do you think that ballpark estimate? How long do you think that this one that's currently happening will continue to happen, judging by the amount of people that have been here lately?
He looks outside. I'd say you're looking at the last group probably getting out in about an hour or so.
An hour.
And you'll probably have about 2 minutes after they leave before the last of the gates closes up for good.
It's a narrow window.
And
What
those
you got
gates-
planned?
Oh, your slums look absolutely delightful.
Well, thank you.
Some purple smoke stuff I want to try.
Oh, it's good.
Those gates, they go where the caster directed, or anywhere that you direct.
As part of the kind of the knock-on effect of the combination and how everything kind of shifts a little bit, the plane specified is specific to the casting of the last gate, but the location on the plane, that's for you to decide. So if the last gate headed out is going to the material plane, y'all can pick where you want to go from there.
All right. Thanks, Nugget.
No problem.
I don't care what they say about Dow. You're right in my book.
Well, Thanks. If you ever need to do some sort of dirty, underhanded dealings, then come to me. I know a few people.
Okay. Let's sleep. I'll get caught up asking this guy all sorts of questions. I don't want to.
I'm already out the door.
How about those slums? Where were those?
Oh, they're
The
right
slums?
that way.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're heading there. Yeah.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Great.
If we can walk and talk, that would be great too. I'm gonna try to keep my voice down so that it's all only within us. Say, all right. So if we try to use the mass exodus portal, we've only got an hour, tops.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough time to, stage an operation where we take a bunch of, expensive merchandise in the eyes of the people that own the other people out of here.
I think it honestly depends on how well it's guarded. Maybe it's not guarded very well because they don't expect such a thing to happen here. We don't know. Our recon guy is usually you.
Well, let's get somewhere sort of secluded, I guess, and then point out the direction that the rooms, the slave quarters are in, and I'll take a look.
Find a nice crevice.
Sure, I can make one if we need to, but it'd be better to just find one.
We need to be moving fast.
All right. So you go off to a little cubby hole. There are a couple. There's plenty of people leaving. So there's plenty of opening spaces right now. What do you want to do? What do you want to find out?
I would like to cast Arcane Eye and Scout.
Oh. All right. So this invisible magical eye appears, gives you the ability to be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to go send it off looking for slaves?
I guess. I mean, we were pointed in sort of the direction where we told where the slave quarters are, correct?
Yeah, so it's not so much slave quarters, it's houses that the slavers have been renting while they're here, and their slaves stay with them. And so
Okay.
you use the eye to go and inspect the different areas. No one can see your invisible eye, so good job
That's
there.
good.
In the upper apartments, you mainly see that those that are sticking around, there aren't too many people that are sticking around right now. A lot of people are headed out, but those that are sticking around, you have a room of Duergar and common slaves. You have a room with humans and hobgoblins and slaves, and then a room of drow and slaves, all on the upper levels of here. The lower levels are, I would say, filled still with people that are on their way out, that assessing a specific slave pen or anything is going to be really difficult.
Okay, so when you're saying like Durgar and hobgoblins and humans and drow, you're saying like they're like the taskmasters or whatever, and then the slaves were separate. They were just like an amalgamation of whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here, the city of Jules, as they said, they don't provide any slaves for everyone. It's just a person comes in as a taskmaster. Usually there's a ruling person. They bring a taskmaster and they bring their slaves. They bring their security and then their slaves. And so that's what you see is those little groups of people and their slaves.
All right. So these houses, they're not like just they're not just like vacation homes that you see like Myrtle Beach or some crap. Like it's
They're literally just holes in the wall that have furniture built out of the rock itself. So any
there's
creature comforts.
There's only one entrance.
Yeah, usually there's only one entrance.
There's no windows. Why would there be windows?
No, you don't need windows.
They're slaves. Who cares? They don't need to see what's going on outside.
Yeah.
How do they mark the passage of time down here? Is there like a natural light coming from somewhere, or is it just like
There's no natural light whatsoever. Do you ask someone specific?
No, I'm just thinking out loud.
I don't know, Kyle. I don't know how they do that.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I saw something. Don't worry about it. Okay, and so the entrance to these places, what's the entrance look like? Is it just like an open like area of rock, or are there doors? Or?
It depends on the households. The drow have a fairly large open space. The entryway is close to about 25 foot wide, and it just goes into a open space. In one corner, you have some fairly comfortable furniture, a lot of lounge seats that they recline in, and then in the back side there is a stone cage built into the rock itself that the slaves are being kept in. The humans, with their hobgoblins, they have a much tighter entryway. It's about 15 foot wide opening, but their actual homestead space is much wider. It's a longer space and is clearly split into two. Now, these guys do treat their slaves a little bit better than the drow do, such that the slaves actually have furniture and enough room to be able to relax. But still, the slaves are locked behind a stone wall, and then the humans are on one side. The Duergar, they're much more open plan. They don't actually have any rocks or anything that blocks the line of sight. They are just kind of up against the wall, being able to look out into the city.
Okay. But like you said, you said no door anywhere, right? Like no locks or anything. Like, I mean, no, of course there's cages, but
there are locks on all of the slave cages. So
right.
Anywhere where a slave is being held, it is being held within some form of locked space, whether it's a cage with a padlock on it, or it's a door that's just simply barred over from the outside. Wherever the slaves are being kept, there is a lock. But everyone else, no doors. Open door policy in the City of Jewels.
What's the guard situation like with the drow group?
Drow group, it's clearly a case of they are their own guards. Mm-hmm. You have 3 males, each wielding quite a myriad of weaponry, and 1 female drow priestess.
Okay. And does it look like, well, I can only look for an hour tops, and there's no way I'm getting more than like a couple minutes at each place. So, okay. So yeah, it's just the one entrance. So how are they situated at this entrance at the drow place? Like, are they just like sitting like right inside the door, waiting for someone to walk in and take their credentials, or are they sitting outside? What's up? What's up, man? Tell me what's up.
Yeah. So the drow space, it's wide open, and right next to it is where all the drow are lounging, with their slaves off in the back corner there. So there's no guard positioning in front, because this place is such a common space and this kind of behavior is accepted. There hasn't been an incident where people have been trying to break in and free slaves for a while. Why would they need to do that? This is a good place for slaves to come. So the drow currently are just reclining on their in their spaces, just relaxing.
Okay. All right, that's enough scouting.
Okay.
I'll tell everybody about the drow place. I'll say, okay, so up the street in the directions that I will indicate, there is a contingent of drow. They got some prisoners, and they seem to have a pretty lax attitude about being on guard. So
fantastic. Let's go kill them.
We're just trying to get the slaves out, right? We don't need to necessarily kill anybody.
You got an idea?
Sure.
We could just purchase them.
We're not nobody.
The last thing we want to do is cause a uproar in which the Tao will be hunting us. Afterwards.
Right. If we could just maybe subdue them, that would be a lot better.
I'll try me best.
How long was Kale doing his eye thing? Would it?
I'd say that took about 15 minutes to get all that level of detail.
Really?
All right.
When you say subdue, what do you mean exactly?
Knock them out?
Yeah, hit them with the blunt part of
Okay.
your weapon until they're
I will
unconscious.
take my pair of manacles out of my backpack and I'll hand it to Nos.
Cool.
Any call for my special talents of deception or guile? Should I go in there acting like anyone in particular?
You should totally seduce them.
All of them? 'Cause
I hear things about Drow.
it would be
Exactly.
difficult. I'm just saying, you don't know about the proclivities of each individual. It'd be hard to cater to every one of them without knowing them beforehand. But anyway, let's not do that because that sounds ridiculous.
Well, you know, when a gorgeous dwarf as myself goes into the room, they's gonna be swooning.
I suggest Wampum leads this.
Is this what we're gonna do, guys? This is what you guys want to do?
I'm gonna pick up my staff and I'm just gonna start making my way down there.
All right, we're gonna make a joke out of this. That's good. Okay, go for it. I can't.
We don't have enough time to debate, Kale.
Yeah, sure. I can't control what anybody else does ever. So.
All right, so walking up the stairs and across the corridors, you don't have an earth elemental to help you reshape the bridges to make it quicker and easier, so you do have to navigate what's currently available. It doesn't take you too long before you'll get over to the side nearest the Drow entrance. How do you approach?
I'm walking in.
I'll be right behind him and I'll offer a friendly wave and the best smile I can, which is probably a little unnerving.
Okay.
On the way there, I'll make it clear that the cage is made out of stone. I can move it out of the way, and we can just bust them out. We don't need to pick any locks or anything like that. I can just get them go.
I will drop my disguise as the Ganassi, and I'll be playing a Lafcadio in plate armor appearance.
And I'll just be standing next to Wampum, ready to go on a signal.
Okay.
And
Then yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna look at Nos and just wink.
All right.
Oh boy!
As you just stride on towards the Drow household, you have the three Drow warriors and their priestess. The priestess remains lounged in her chair as she just looks at you, confused at your approach. The three warriors will stand up. Why you're here, dwarf?
Well, I heard that there was a party up here somewhere, and I know you dark elf kind. I know that you throw us good parties.
That may be true, but what made you think that you were invited, dwarf?
Because I got the ale.
Oh, what kind of party does not already have wine? If we throw the best parties, why do we need your ale?
Because wine is for little dwarf children.
Right.
You need real drink.
Right. So you teach your children to debase themselves over this. Then we are fine with just our wine, unless you provide us some entertainment. I think it's best you move along your way, sir.
Now that you brought that up, we are here for entertainment.
You are. What
Yeah.
kind of entertainment can you offer us, dwarf? And they all look around to Nos.
I'm gonna look at Wampum and be like, can I? Is this time? Is it time?
How about,
Go.
can I prestidigitation, like little fireworks coming out of my fingers? Be like
Just say one for me.
We're here for our entertainment. And then I will rage and charge.
And we're going to roll for initiative. Right from the start.
John, just because I don't see it on your D&D Beyond sheet, to remind you, you have 10 temporary HPs from after our short rest.
Thank you.
Because
I
you're
got it
Tyler's
on-
pal.
I got it on Roll20,
Okay.
but it doesn't seem to take on D&D Beyond for some reason. I try to put it on it, but it never takes.
So what I do is I hit the word hit points that's below the hit points.
Yep.
And then in the upper right hand corner there's a section that says temp HP. And I put
And I add the 10 there, but it never sticks.
I don't know about that.
Maybe we can look into why D&D Beyond isn't working that way.
Wampum, would you have been in front of me as you were talking first?
Yeah, I would have been walking up with Nos because she was
Okay.
asking me.
And I'll assume
So-
I was right behind with the little firecrackers.
Taslin, what did you roll?
An 8.
8. And Kale?
5.
5.
Oh, no.
Fat 5. It's not like I do anything in combat anyways, guys. You'll be fine.
I know. Row the boat. Forget what
Okay.
happened on the next one.
All right. Well, top of the round. I guess Wampum is going first as Nos kind of triggers and starts moving as if to act. Wampum kicks in just a little bit quicker.
By the way, I'm just imagining that song 2 of Blur starts playing in the background.
I don't quite have that, but
Yeah, it's cool. It's copyrighted, I'm sure.
I start singing the Doran song. Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go to there, and I'm going
Right.
to throw at this individual.
okay.
First attack is going to be a 24 to hit for 16 slashing.
That will hit.
And my second attack, dang, I missed that nat. 29 for 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay, 16, not 24. Not 20. You only get the 20 if it was a crit.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's all right. So 16.
My third attack is going to be a 25 for 14 slashing. And
That'll hit.
I want him to make a DC 17 wisdom save, please.
Okay. That is a success.
Okay. But he is going to take another 8 points of damage as I try to frighten him.
Okay. Are you two jamming out to that song?
I know I am.
Can we see your dice tower?
Oh, you want to see my dice tower? I'm so
Yes. Shut off.
pleased with this.
Shut
Check it
off.
out.
Ooh, I like the devil head.
So, red demon face, 3D printed and painted by myself on my 3D printer there. So pleased with it.
Yeah.
You are
The
such
act-
a DM.
I absolutely love it. The design for this, if anyone is interested, can be acquired from Fat Dragon Games on Drive-Thru RPG. It is part of the GM screen of Doom. It's awesome. All right, where am I? Oh yes, we have a Drow Priestess of Lolth, and so what she's going to do first thing is step up out of her lounge. Do I have to get involved?
No.
And she's going to start casting a spell. Does anyone react to her cast?
I'm 45 away. I will counterspell at level 3.
Okay. Counter spell. The magic fizzles from her fingertips. Not another one like this. She'll pull out a whip and get ready to attack you later. In the meantime, though, we do have some Drow warriors who, the first one is going to run, and he's actually going to grapple Wampum, or at least try to. I need Wampum to make an athletics check.
A 18.
All right, that is a failure on their part. You managed to succeed and beat them as he tried to grab hold of you. He's going to try a second time. Hopefully he can get it this time round. Go ahead and do it again.
And a 11.
Okay. This time he managed to grab hold of you.
Does my armor kind of discourage him with all them pointy things coming out of it?
Your spiked armor.
Uh-huh.
Does it have anything mechanical on it that says it injures people when they grapple you?
That's why I'm asking you.
Okay. No, it doesn't.
Oh,
So, while it is spiked, it's more for aesthetic purposes than anything else. Right. Having grappled you this time, he is going to step up to what is a sheer drop, and then push out a little bit more with you in front of him. He's then going to let go of you and try to shove you off. You get an opportunity to try and grab hold of the rock before you start falling, Wampum. Roll a strength saving throw.
Strength. That is a 29.
As a natural 20. All right, so you grab hold of the side of the rock just instinctively, very quickly, before they can drop. He is stood above you right now, but that's his actions done. The other warriors are going to charge towards the other individuals. So,
I'm a poke.
one moving up. You're going to poke him? Yep,
I'll
go
poke
ahead and poke him.
I was not able to get my rage off before everything started going down, was I?
It was your rage that triggered it all off, so I'd say yes.
Okay, cool. That is a natural 20. That's a natural 19, excuse me.
Natural 19, all right. But your weapon, you crit on a 19. Okay.
I am a champion, yes. So that's 17 points of damage.
Okay. Let's roll that d20. Roll me a d100 as your weapon ignites. A 3. Let's take a look at what that result is. You end up casting slow on the individual. Now, he gets to make a save against it. DC 15. What is that? Dexterity save against slow?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay, he got a 15, so he does succeed on the save. Unfortunately, that doesn't go through.
Okay.
All right. That was your reaction. Yep.
So do you just cast it on the target, or do you actually cast the spell centered on the target?
Cast the spell centered on the target, which would mean that everyone else is also included in slow, friend, and foe, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
wording
in
of the
this
spell
case-
does say creatures of your choice, but it's like a wild thing, so.
If it's creatures of your choice, then she gets to choose. All right. Then I'm assuming it also includes that guy, but doesn't include them because it's only a 20-foot radius, right?
I believe
Slow?
so. It says 40-foot cube, so yeah, 20-foot radius.
So
Yeah, so
20
just
foot.
that guy.
Okay. So wisdom save from the other guy also saves. Okay, so he's fine.
Dang it.
He is going to run up and attack you, Nos, pulling out the short sword. First attack is going to be a 17 to hit.
Whiff.
Okay. Second attack will be a 25 to hit.
Ow.
That'll hit you. All right. So you will take 9 points of piercing damage. And 18 points of poison damage from that attack. The other individual is going to run up and something that I didn't realize, these guys. Gonna need to double check D&D Beyond's version of the Drow Elite Warrior with the Monster Manual, as D&D Beyond's version seems to suggest they can use a short sword at 10 foot away. Somehow I doubt that. So, charging in right next to Nos, this guy raises his short sword as if to attack Nos, but instead starts stabbing at Taslin.
All right.
That is a natural 20.
That's going to
against
hit.
that. That's gonna
Will
hit.
it?
All right.
With my AC of 12, I think it will.
Okay. So that will be 19 points of piercing damage,
All right, down to
And-
5 temp HP.
66 of the poison.
Whoa.
22 points of poison damage.
All right.
And then second attack, that'll be a 17. Does that succeed?
That will hit.
That'll hit. Okay. Not a lot. That's 8 points of piercing damage and 12 points of poison.
Okay.
Okay. Nos.
Okay. You good, old man? You got this?
I'm good.
Okay. First attack on the first guy that went for me.
Okay.
Ooh. That's another critical. This one's an actual 20, so I guess we'll be rolling again.
Yep. So go ahead and roll that damage.
So it's 22 points of damage.
Okay. But no ill effect on the no random effect.
Okay. So that hit, and so 6 radiant damage on top of that for Divine Fury. And then I'm gonna hit him again. Is that real?
Wow.
Did I get another 20? Is that real?
You did just roll 3 natural 20, well, critical hits in a row.
This is the day
I'm
of
watching
Nos.
you.
What?
I'm watching.
I'm watching me. Okay. So that's 19 slashing.
That will, yeah, that's going to hurt him quite considerably.
And then since I was able to rage initially, I get my bonus action, right?
Yep.
Yep. So I'll half stack that. Not a natural 20. So I have been rolling correctly.
Still a pretty high hit.
It's 24 for 13 slashing on that haft.
Okay. Now, these are some powerful hits you've just been dealing.
Yeah.
Let's, if we look at the actual damage there.
Dude's turned into a pincushion.
Okay. You've just dealt 59 points of slashing damage
Good
to
lord!
one individual in 6 seconds. How does that actually, happen? Talk us through it. This guy
Okay.
dies, but how are you going to do it?
So I'm going to. Knots will have completely forgotten about Kale's instruction about not killing them. And she just goes for every vital organ that she can remember, being as uneducated as she is. So she's going for the heart, but she keeps missing and getting right above it. But it still sinks in. The glaive sinks in all the way, like that. You see a little bit of tip of a glaive sticking out of his back every time she hits.
Eventually, after the barrage of attacks, that drow falls to the ground. Okay. Anything else from you, Nos? Any
Yeah.
movement? Yeah.
I'm gonna look at that other drow. I'm gonna grin real wide, and I'm gonna action surge.
All right.
So 29 to hit,
That'll hit.
12 slashing,
Okay.
and then a 27 to hit for 18
Yep.
slashing.
Yep. That's another one.
Okay, now I'm
It's
done.
another dead drow. Okay, there you go. All right. Taslin. That's
All
proving
right.
to be a lot easier than
So
expected.
I did roll a 19 for my initiative, but for some reason I seem to have fallen off the initiative order.
Ooh.
Huh. Weird. All right, then I guess you get to go next.
If that's all right with you, Deadlet.
Go for it.
All right. Well, then I will, with my feline agility, I'll move up and say howdy do to the priestess. I will first hex her for her strength saves to be done at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will, with my regular action, throw up my fancy +2 net.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That will hit her.
So she is restrained, and I'm going to take, what's left of my movement, to take one step back like that.
Okay. She will use her reaction to attack you. As you do so, yes, she has disadvantage on the attack, but she's still going to give it a try anyway. All right. So. Okay. With disadvantage, that's a 20 to hit.
Hits.
Hits. All right. She's whipping you with the scourge that she has on her, which ends up being 6 points of piercing damage. But the piercing isn't the problem. It's the poison damage that's on the little barbs of this particular whip, which ends up being 22 points of poison damage as it just cracks against you.
Got it.
All right. Anything else from you, Lafcadio?
That's it.
Okay. Taslin.
All right, so I am going to stride up to the Drowlet standing over Wampum.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll bonus action to do my Blessing of the Raven Queen, so I have advantage, or not advantage, but resistance to damage next turn. So 5, 10, 15,
Okay.
20, 25. And then I'm going to wreath my hand in shadowy magic, and I'm going to upcast Vampiric Touch at 6th level.
Okay.
And so I get to make a melee spell attack on him. Does a 24 hit?
Yes, a 24 hits.
Alright, so he gets to take 6d6 damage. That would be 10, 14, 17, 20, 24.
Okay.
And I heal for 12.
Anything else from you, Tasla?
That will be it.
Okay.
I lost concentration on my hex.
On your hex. Okay. Right. Then, Kale. Things seem to be going well. You're muted.
You're muted.
I'll just walk around all these corpses. And
I didn't kill nobody yet.
I will continue walking over to where the cage is. And I will assure everybody everything's going to be fine. That's it.
Okay. Wampum. Dangling from the side of the wall. It'll take
I'm
half your
going
movement to
to-
get back up.
No, I'm just
No?
going to pull myself up, grab his belt buckle, and just throw him.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
A
Would it
12.
be at advantage because Taslin
No.
is flanking?
No. Because you're not flanking, you're behind and he's underneath.
Oh, you're right.
Alright. So he rolled an 18. What did you get?
A 12.
Okay. So you go for the belt and he just hips to the side and you miss.
I'm going to action surge.
Well, when you make a grapple check, that's what effectively this is just a grapple. You replace an attack in your extra attack with the grapple. So you've technically still got one more attack for your attack action.
Oh, okay.
Two more, actually. Two more. So you could grapple attempt 2 more times and
I'm
still
going
only have
to-
used one action.
I'm going to yell at him, going, "Stay still!" And I'm going to grab him again and throw.
Okay. At 15.
I got a 20.
Okay, so you grab hold of him, you pull, he gets to do the same thing you did, which is a strength saving throw to try and grab hold of something, which the grab hold is going to be you. And he does so. He manages to get a hold of your boots. So he's now holding onto your boots, you're holding onto the side of the wall. What are you going to do, Wampum?
My last attack, I'm going to kick him in the face.
All right, go ahead and kick.
All right, so that's just a straight. What do you want me to roll? Athletics, or you want me to roll an attack?
So it would end up being a d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency bonus. So if athletics works out to be the same modifiers, just roll athletics.
That would be the same modifier. 25.
A 25 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll. Unarmed strike damage is 1 plus your strength modifier. No, it's 1d. Yeah, it's 1 plus your strength modifier. So what's your strength modifier?
Strength modifier is a 5.
A 5. Okay, so he takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage right to the face. He's going to have to roll. I'm going to treat it kind of like a concentration check in this regard. Let me just grab something real quick. Come on, roll 20. Sorry, need to double check his Okay. All right. So as you kick him, there is a very loud. As he begins to fall instantly down plenty of feet, he'll hit the ground amidst a whole group of slaves, crushing slaves underneath him, but also him dying as well. So, win-win situation.
What?
And then I'll pull myself up.
Okay. Half your movement to stand up. Well,
I
there
didn't
you go.
do it. I swear.
Good to see you, dwarf.
He fell. You see that?
I did indeed. There's still
Nice
one more
roundhouse
back
kick.
yonder.
Anything else from you, Wampum?
No, I'm done.
Okay. The Drow Priestess, no longer hexed, but still underneath.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Half my movement. I'm gonna move 10 more feet.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. She's still underneath the net. While she's restrained, she's not restricted from performing any of her capabilities, just has disadvantage on attacks. So she is going to not cast a spell, so you can't counterspell this. She's going to attempt to summon a Yochlol.
I counterspell.
She's going
Wait,
to
never mind.
attempt. Yeah. So in this regard, there's a... let's take a look. See. So there's a 30% chance of success. Otherwise, she fails and takes quite a bit of damage. Haha! That's 26. That is within the threshold. In this, the stone seems to part right behind Lafcadio as a Yochlol. I don't mind if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Suddenly materializes and appears behind him. Just loading that in.
Quick question. Would like a dispel magic counteract a summoning or a summoned?
No, you can't dispel magic on a summoned creature.
It'd have to be
Yeah, well,
banishment.
You can banish, yeah. Okay, so let me grab. Why hasn't the image been pulled in? There we go. So, rolling for initiative for the Yochlol. That is a 20 on the Yochlol. That means he gets to go next. Sweet. All right. So the Yochlol.
Can you describe the Yochlol?
Yeah. Yochlol. Imagine a yellow tree that's melting, and its branches just begin to reach out and whip towards Lafcadio specifically, covered in some form of sticky, like, goop. This creature is going to attack you. It does have some spells, but it's not gonna. Yeah, it won't do the spells just yet. It's just going to make 2 attacks, both slam attacks. So, first one is going to be a 16 to hit.
I get out of the way of his goopy mess.
All right. Second whip is going to be a 25 to hit.
I don't get out of the way of that one.
Okay. All right. In this one, similar to her attacks, the initial bludgeoning damage isn't that bad. It's the poison damage that comes along with it. Why is there a P there? There we go. So, 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and then 20 points of poison damage on top of it. We have no more Drow Elite Warriors. We go straight to Nos, who's just witnessed a Yochlol being summoned.
Gross!
Yeah, looks nasty.
I will move up to there and be like, pick on someone your own size. Swipe away at it. 29
Hits.
for 15 slashing on top of 7 radiant.
Okay.
Do it again. 25 to hit for 19 slashing. And then,
Keep going.
yep, 24 to hit for 13 slashing.
Okay.
Hopefully I got its attention.
You certainly did draw its attention. Anything else from you, Nos?
Nah.
Lafcadio.
Lefcadio, hit him and get out the way, because it's about to get hot in there.
Please tell me you're about to explode a fireball in a room with slaves trapped in a cage nearby.
There's slaves in
That's
here.
a
Don't
harsh
you?
word. We call
don't do
that
it.
acceptable casualties.
All right, I am going to cast green flame blade on my whip.
Okay.
Which is not on my Roll20 sheet, but we know what it does. And then I will attack the local with my character sheet, which I am now clicking on. Or 22.
That'll hit.
That does 10 fire damage and 7 slashing damage.
The slashing damage goes through, but you watch as the whip connects. The wound seems to be resistant to the little bit of extra flame, so it almost seems to withstand the cauterization effect, remaining a puddle of mess.
Of course it is. And I'll do an extra 5 radiant soul fire damage as well from the Celestial Warlock.
Mm-hmm. That's half to 2.
And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Taslin.
All right, I'm gonna go 25 feet to the corner of this wall. And then I am going to cast a Scorching Ray at level 2.
At who?
At the Priestess.
Okay.
Will she be counterspelling?
No, she will not be counterspelling.
All right.
She is restrained.
Right. A 29 to hit.
You have advantage on all of these
Oh,
because
sweet.
she's
So-
restrained.
A 29 to hit. A 15 to hit. And a 27 to hit.
So the first and the third hit. Didn't you say you were upcasting Scorching Ray?
Nope, it's level 2.
Oh, you were casting it at level 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 hits.
That would be a whopping 5, 7, 11 damage.
11 points damage. Okay.
And
Anything else from you?
Nope, that is going to be it.
Kale.
Okay. I'm not muted. So I will explain the thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to step to the side over here a little bit,
Mhm.
and then I am going to reach into my sack and pull a little thing of clay and just like make it into a box real quick, and then push my finger into it and cast the stone shape spell where I make a big hole in the side of this completely stone cage. And I tell everybody, go away from here. Get out.
Okay. The slaves are going to start running out as best as they can. It'll take them some time, but they'll create a nice little conga line for you. All right. Anything else?
just very orderly slaves. But other than my little bit of movement here, I'll move right here, actually. Very tactical. You'll see. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Wampum.
Nurgak wasn't kidding. They got these slaves really well behaved.
25 will put me there, and as I am throwing, I'm going to ask her, is he enjoying the party?
What?
For a 25 for 15.
You'll hit. You have advantage on these attacks because she's currently restrained by the net.
I want her to make a DC 17 Wisdom save, please.
That is a success.
Okay. My second throw is going to be a 27 for 16 slashing.
Okay.
My third throw is going to be a 21 for 17 slashing.
Yep.
And I'm going to action surge. And my first attack is going to be a 29 for 17.
Okay.
The second one is a 29 for 13.
That'll hit.
And my last attack is a 30 for 11.
That'll hit.
And I want her to, let's see what I want to do. What I want to do is, I'm going to do a distracting strike.
Okay.
Which is going to do another 9 points of damage. And if she has, if something happens and she does, and you do not have advantage, you do now. Whoever hits her.
Okay. Unfortunately, no one will have advantage as she dies.
Darn.
And as part of the Drow Priestess dying, the summoner of the Yochlol having died, it pulls the Yochlol back to the abyss with it. Well done, guys.
That was a nice party.
It was.
I kind of enjoyed it myself. The only thing that would have made it better is some Thunderbelly ale.
Don't you always have a cask on you?
Well, I'm probably dry by now. So we needs to make a run home so I can get me another keg.
Speaking of running, I'll turn back to all the prisoners. Like, wait, you don't have to run anymore. We took care of everything. Just stop for a second. We hold on. We're making plans.
I'm going to pull out my Wand of Secrets, and I'm going to cast one of my charges to detect if there's any secret doors or traps within 30 feet of me.
No.
Perfect.
Nothing.
All right.
Okay, so we have 7 people here.
You do.
Shoot. Did we want to try and get more everybody? So how long has it been? Do we think that the veil's still open?
Yeah, it's only been, like, that took
20,
18 seconds.
Yeah, 18, 24 seconds.
Yeah. So after your 15 minutes of Arcane Eye, maybe 5 minutes of climbing up into position, less than a minute talking, less than half a minute battling. There is, of course, the problem of the drow that hit the floor back down by the slaves might have drawn a bit of attention.
Right. Okay. So I guess I could ask the slaves, like, do you guys know where... Ah, shit, I can't just have them running around the city by themselves because they're probably just going to get stopped by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, everybody, that didn't take very long. We got time to get them back through the veil. We should either go, or if we're going to commit to this mass murder scenario, there's 2 other places down the hall where they're keeping more prisoners if you want to go ahead and just keep killing people.
I don't have many spells left. As I'm saying this, Tazlin is going to loot the priestess.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. You just start
Alright.
looting her body.
All right. That would be a 27.
Okay. You do an absolute thorough search of all of these individuals. They, the priestess and even the drow that are there. On her person, she's got a whole bunch of jewels that she keeps. So you're able to find a bunch of rare jewelry, specifically like pearl necklaces, gold chain, that sort of thing. Bunch of rubies. Approximate worth of her pouch of treasures is about 200 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there any diamonds?
You have plenty of diamonds.
We have a lot of diamonds.
Could always use more.
Can always use more. No, unfortunately.
Wampum
No
is
diamonds.
going to walk.
And then
walk
her
by-
little whip thing.
Yes, you can take her scourge.
Sweet.
Wampum is going to walk by Nos and say, "We got more."
Do you think that guards and crap are coming from all the ruckus, and she's like moving bodies while she's talking to him? I'm gonna try to be dragging the drow
Throw 'em in
to
the cell?
alcove. Well, away, hidden. So I guess this alcove here would be the best spot.
Okay.
Wampum will go to there and say, "Well," and he's going to look east and west. I don't know.
And looking down the east, you'll see 2 hobgoblins and 2 humans walking towards your group. The
I'll make
hobgoblins
myself-
are clad in some pretty strong-looking armor, weapons at the ready, and the humans behind, which are looking poised for casting spells, as they both have books in their hands and they're looking right at you. What are you going to do, Wampum?
Nos, it'd be your kind. We be fighting.
I'm gonna look up with the drow still in my arms, like, "What up, handsome?"
I'm gonna make myself look like the drow priestess.
Okay.
And
All right.
I am going to pull my PWFE over my head and face the opposite way, acting like I'm just a drow reclining. Or on guard duty.
And Wampum will enter the hallway and throw his axe at that first hobgoblin.
I was wondering how long Lafcadio would stay looking like a woman before combat started. I guess not long at all. All right, everyone roll for initiative again. Them. Okay, just. You know, these guys might have just been coming to talk. You never know. Never know.
No, we never know if that was ever the case at any point in time.
They heard there was a party.
Right?
Yeah.
All
They
right,
were bringing the salad.
Now it's just a little bit of rock and roll off the cliff.
No. Kale, what did you roll for your
I got a 7.
7?
You're welcome, everybody.
Good job. Good job. 7's a lucky number. Tasman.
I have
Fast.
19.
Okay. All right. So, let's see who gets to go first. Who's the lucky individual? Wampum just barely manages to get to go first before the wizard. So, Wampum, go ahead and make your attack.
I stated I was throwing at the hobgoblin.
Yes, you did.
So that's where I'm throwing.
Okay.
First attack is a 29 for 14 slashing.
Yep.
Make a DC 17 wisdom save, please.
Okay. That is a failure on their part.
All right, he is frightened of me.
Okay.
For a extra 5 points of damage.
All right.
My second attack on him is a 26 for 10.
That'll hit.
And my last attack is a 13.
That will miss.
But, hold on. I'm going to use my last superiority die.
Yeah.
To make that a 20.
That will miss.
Okay. And then I'm done.
Okay. All right. The red wizard that is behind is a little bit annoyed that you just attacked, and as a result is going to cast a spell. No reaction from anyone.
I can't see him.
Nope. He disappears from view.
He's stealing my moves.
Okay. Nas, what would you like to do?
Oh man, hang on now. Kale, do you recognize any of these guys? 2 hobgoblins, 2 humans?
Yeah, I spied on him a while ago. That's it.
Yeah. Do you want me to go forward, or do we want to talk?
I would like you to assess the situation for yourself this time.
Oh, are you guys evil?
No response.
Keep in mind, they just had an axe thrown at them. So,
I mean, he looks all right. Looking at the hobgoblin that took the axe. You're all right, right?
He's only got a scratch.
I'm fine. Your friend will die now.
Okay, I can't allow that.
He attacked us first.
Our energy is high right now. We could organize a peace right now, or we could fight.
We can. We can have peace, but he must die. His dishonorable action has warranted this result. You want peace? He dies.
You have no forgiveness in your heart.
I have justice.
All right, well, he's my friend. I can't allow that. So I guess we're gonna fight.
What?
I'll try not to kill you.
And just me and him will go at it.
That's a proposal.
Does anybody have to lose a life here?
are you're kidding right now, right?
What about
You're saying that
unarmed
standing
combat?
over 2 dead bodies that you made.
They're drow.
They attacked
Okay.
first.
Sure.
Nos.
Yeah, so I don't know if these guys are evil. I don't know what's up with them at all. That's the difference between this and the drow. So I will go into a rage, enter combat.
Okay.
Let's see.
Kale's doing some measuring. I'm wondering why.
Don't worry about why.
I'm going to get to here, and I'm going to attack the hobgoblin directly in front of me,
Okay.
and I'm going to attempt to do so non-lethally.
All right. He lifts up the shield, expecting quite a powerful hit.
And I'd be like, 27.
That's gonna bypass his shield somewhat.
So 15 points of slashing on that, and in addition, 9 radiant. And then again, for 17.
Okay. The 17, unfortunately, will miss.
Okay. And we'll swing around with the haft. No, I raged. I raged this turn. I can't do it. Yep.
So, yep. Anything else from you, Nos?
Nope.
Taslin.
I am going to greater invisibility myself, and well, before I do that, I'm just going to say,
Counterspell.
oh, can he see me though?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No invisibility. So I'll tap myself in the back. I didn't want part of this fight. I will not be fighting as long as you avoid me. I will not be fighting you. And I am going to go 30 feet away from the fight.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'll add, like, as an afterthought, if you throw a spell at me, I will most definitely counterspell it and hit you with the most powerful magics I possess. Which are substantial.
So
And it's
are
not
you
even a bluff.
getting involved or are you not getting involved?
I'm not getting involved unless someone gets me involved by attacking me.
Fair enough.
Because we're in the wrong here. We broke the law.
Didn't you?
Yeah. We partied too hardy.
We have a robed, almost shaman-looking female individual running and kind of hopping over with quite an incredible amount of dexterity over the hobgoblin to reach down with
I
the
would like
hand.
to poke her.
Go ahead.
Raise
and
my
poke
glaive
her.
like this.
Go ahead and poke her.
That's a 1.
It's a natural 1. You'll miss with that poke. She'll, with her palm, just knock it to the side. Her hand
Whoa.
starts turning
So
a
fast.
necrotic black as she's going to make a vampiric touch against you. So, what is her modifier? There we go. All right. That will be a 19 to hit you, Nos.
Oh, that just hits.
Just hits. Okay. The vampiric touch. She's warlock, so she's forced to do it at 5th level. So it ends up being an extra 2. That's 5d6 necrotic damage. Okay, that's 19 points of necrotic damage to you, Nos.
That's not so bad. I can take that.
We have a hobgoblin that's going to move up towards you, and with the shield in hand, he is going to try to shield shove you as his bonus action.
Are you sure we can't just boom?
So I need you to make an athletics check or acrobatics check to avoid.
All right. It's gonna be 26.
Okay, you managed to keep yourself upright for that. He is instead going to make now 3 longsword attacks against you. So the first is a 17 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. Second is even worse. That's a 16. And third, that'll be a 19 to hit.
That right on. Yep.
Okay. So 1. Okay. That'll be 8 points of slashing damage for that attack. Then his buddy will walk. He'll just step to the side, and same thing. Shield bash attempt to knock you prone first. So athletics or acrobatics check from you.
Nat 20.
I'm going to take those dice off you. Because that failed. All right, so then 3 longsword attacks against you. First one is a 25. Second is a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And the third is a 20.
Yeah, they all 3 hit.
Okay. So that is Hobgoblins. Okay. That'll be total of 25 points of slashing damage as his longsword just keeps hacking away both sides, trying to knock you off balance with every motion possible. Lafcadio, what are you going to do?
Right. I'm going to run into the middle of the corridor here.
Yep.
And I'm thinking I'd like to cast a spell that has a spherical range. And I'm wondering if I can cast it like in that area to catch those three fellas without catching Nos. Is that possible?
What is the target of the spell? Whenever you cast it, you can see on the ground?
I choose a point within range and cause psychic energy to explode there.
Okay. So it's not a point on the ground within range, because I think there are some spells that specify it has to be a point on the ground, and then there are other spells that just specify choose a point within range. I would say yes, you can choose 15 foot into the wall to trigger, but what is the spell that's being triggered?
That is Synaptic Static.
Okay. Yeah, that would work through the stone, in my opinion.
All right. So that's a DC 18 Intelligence.
Okay.
Am I making the save too?
No.
Okay.
How are you getting everyone and not her? What's the range? Radius?
Well, that's what I was asking. Can I do that in such a way as to not hit Nos? That's what I was trying to do.
Okay. What's the radius on that?
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. Okay. So you'd need a point that's 20 foot away from him that's 25. 25. Yeah, I'd say you could just about catch them in. Okay. So I have a intelligence saves. Okay. So the Hobgoblin Warlords, a 14, which is a failure, I believe. Yep. And an 18.
That succeeds.
The next one, that succeeds. And the Warlock. Oh, she's not very good at this. Yeah, that's a failure.
So 25 psychic damage for the folks who failed, and 12 for the one who succeeded. And the ones who failed have muddled thoughts and take penalties on their attacks going forward.
Okay. All right. Kale.
I go down. I walk myself. I'm walking. Here I go down to here. And then I will do my best preacher voice and cast command at 3rd level to affect all 3 of these people and tell them all to surrender.
Okay.
Well, to DC 17 Wisdom saving throws.
All right. Wisdom saves. This they're pretty good at. I need a moment. I'll be right back.
Time.
I like this map that he made.
I do too. It's really cool.
It took me a minute to realize that like all 3 of the places I saw are all here.
Yeah, I realized that and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, like I didn't notice until after you guys had started just murdering everyone. So I was like, whoops.
But now we're freeing more slaves.
Sorry about that. My D20 had dropped into my paint pot.
Oh.
So now it's no longer a see-through D20. Probably balances off. Gonna have to, yeah. All right, so I'm doing wisdom saves. No, I'm okay unless you want to.
No, I was just maybe you wanted to like paint remove it or something. I don't know.
No, I'll do that during our break. Right now, we're in the heat of battle. All right, wisdom saves. I've got 3 to do, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And the synaptic static isn't affecting the saving throws, is it?
Nope.
No. Okay, so I have a 16, a 17, and for the warlock, a 21.
So the 16 failed.
Okay. So he's commanded to do what?
Surrender.
Surrender. Okay. All right. Anything else from you, Kale?
No.
All right. Wampum.
So, which one do I notice surrendered?
The one in front.
Okay.
Also the one that you've already hit once.
All right. I'm going to move over here to 5 feet. And I am going to throw at the warlock.
Okay. Just past Noss's head.
30 for 17.
That'll hit.
A 20 for 10.
20. Will hit.
And a 22 for 11.
Okay.
And then I am going to move back up to the corner.
Okay. All right. We have the invisible wizard. Gotta love invisible wizards. All right. He's gonna have to. Yep. He's going to launch a burning hands into the position that that kind of fits for a 15-foot cone. It just so happens to be, yep, right. Let me actually draw the 15-foot cone because I got one.
Uh-oh.
Gadzoon tight.
Fire cone. There we go.
Thank you.
Looks like a Dorito.
It's too cheesy.
Nah, I'd say it won't catch Wampum. It'll just catch the two of them. All right, so dexterity saving throws from Kale and Lafcadio.
Dude,
13.
I rolled a 1, so. One of these dice is going to roll good today.
So both of them failed. Both of you failed with the spell. So you take 3d6 fire damage each.
And fiery
10.
hot Doritos.
Yeah, 10 points of fiery hot Dorito damage. Okay. Yeah. Then he'll end his turn. Nos, what are you gonna do?
I would like to try to toss this the ninja kung fu lady off the cliff.
You will regret that.
Mind the slaves down there!
I will attempt to toss her and push her in a trajectory that just misses some slaves. Or can I do that?
You can see. We'll leave it up to a roll. Okay, so are you just trying to shove her back? Is that what this is?
Yeah, essentially what they were doing to me.
So you roll athletics. She will roll acrobatics. She has
I would like to use my saving face on this.
Yeah.
To make it a 30.
Can you use saving face on ability checks?
If you miss an attack roll or fail an ability check, so I guess I would have to fail it.
Okay. You didn't fail.
Okay.
You shove her. She's going to roll a strength save to try and hold on, which she will just barely be able to hold on to the ledge.
Okay, so then I would like to use my second attack to slam my boot down on her fingers.
Okay, roll an attack. At advantage, counts as being prone.
27.
27. That'll hit.
6 points of damage.
Okay. She is able to keep herself up, though she does take the damage. Anything else from you?
Can I get a half attack in on the hobgoblin that's not under Kale's effects?
Does the half attack not require you to have made an attack
Yes.
with the ball on?
Sorry, you're right. There are a lot of details about that.
Anything else from you?
No.
Okay. Taslin.
I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
And
Anything else?
that's... Nope, they've got this fight in the bag, I think. So I'll just let them have at it.
Okay. All right, then we have the Warlock. She's going to use half her movement to pull herself back up and then begin casting a spell. Does anyone stop her?
Let me see. Is counterspell verbal or somatic? It's somatic, so I'm just gonna let out a yawn and I'll counterspell it.
She's 60 foot away.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, he's got his reaction back. He'll counterspell your counterspell.
Okay.
Okay. So the spell goes off. The spell in question is going to be a dimension door. Can she bring along someone unwilling?
No, it has to be.
No,
a
it has.
person.
Yeah, it has to be a willing person. Never mind. Never mind on that. Then it will be just dissonant whispers. So, I need a wisdom saving throw from Nos.
Okay, now I'll do my saving face, and I'll add a +3 to that. So 18.
Okay. 18 succeeds. Okay. So that, as you succeed, you take no damage. Oh no, you take half as much damage and don't move away. Okay.
Dang it!
Yep. You take half as much damage.
Shit.
That's 8 points of psychic, I believe. Yeah, psychic damage. Okay. Now we have the hobgoblins. One of them is going to attempt to knock
Brothers!
you prone.
Come
She's gonna-
on!
He's following orders. So, athletics or acrobatics check from you, Nox. Okay.
24.
He can't knock you prone, so he'll just keep attacking you with his attacks. Will he?
Stop following her orders. Follow my orders. We can be together.
I'm not following her orders. I'm following his orders.
Who?
The wizard. So he'll that'll be 3 long sword attacks against you. The
this
first
the muddled
is no, it's not. Yes, he is the muddled one, so he has to have a minus d6 on that. So I'll roll them together. Oh, that was terrible. That's going to be with the minus. That's 14. Misses. Second attack with the minus. That's a 19.
Just hits.
Okay, and the third attack with the minus, that's an 11. Okay. So only one of them hits. You'll take 1. All right, 11 points of slashing damage from that attack. The other one is his command was to surrender. So he will use his turn to drop his weapons, his shield on the floor, kneel down, and surrender. Let's mark him off. There we go. Surrendered. Cardio. What would you like to do?
So the other hobgoblin and the warlock can repeat their intelligence saves.
Aha. That's a fail and a fail.
All right. Well, then I will run up to this surrendered hobgoblin. It's like, excuse me, and I'll crack out my whip, and strike it out at the other guy.
At the one past him, over the top of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out the way, like that.
Go ahead and make your attack.
First one, that's no fire damage there. It's 28.
That's going to hit.
Do it again. 14. I'll take that fire damage off.
The 14 will miss.
All right, so the hit did 7 slashing.
Okay. Anything else from you, Lafcadia?
That's it.
Kale, what are you going to do?
Okay, so someone just blasted my temporary HP away with fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in a general this way direction. Can I, I'd like to get Lightbringer out and just, run around, just, flailing my arms around in this area to see if I can somehow perceive the general location of this invisible wizard.
So you're going to just flail about?
I guess. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I could try and listen really hard, but I don't know.
You can attempt to make a perception check to notice him because your current path does not include any spaces he has stood on.
Okay.
So roll a perception check.
This, 14.
You do not hear him, unfortunately. The invisible wizard is invisible.
Do I have a general idea where he is? And if so, could I cast Dispel Magic on it?
Is Burning Hands does it require a verbal component?
Often might, however, he is capable of performing the spell without performing components.
Good for him.
Yeah. So no, but he would have seen the origin of it, and Burning Hands comes from his position anyway. So he would know the position he was in. You don't know where he is. If you want to try and dispel his invisibility, you just need to pick a point. Actually, no. Dispel Magic doesn't say.
I don't have to
be able to see
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
All
is
it
a
says is just-
magical effect within range.
Yeah.
Within 120 feet.
So as long as he's within 120 feet of you, you can just say, "I dispel your invisibility."
Well, then shit, I want to do that.
Go ahead. What level are you casting Dispel Magic at?
I guess 5th?
5th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like a pretty powerful invisible littleness spell. So
It is.
I'll go for
Say that
fifth
again.
level. No, I can't.
And he appears right next to Taslin.
All right, cool.
He's
I
more
used
than
a-
welcome to hang out with me.
I used up all my movement running around like an idiot, so I can't. There he is!
Wampum.
While the wizard is visible,
Yeah.
in 15, 20, I'm going to throw 3 attacks at him,
Get him.
which is a 17 for 13.
Okay. That will miss.
21 for 10.
He will use his reaction to make that miss.
Can he use his reaction? He counterspelled, right?
Uh,
Because he counterspelled my counterspell.
Yes, and you counterspelled. You tried to counterspell the warlock's count. Yep. All right. So never mind. He can't reactionary make that miss. So the 21 hits.
For 10.
Okay.
And a 26 for 12.
Okay. Anything else from you?
That's it.
All right. It is his turn. Fine. Let's have a... These spells... Yeah.
Fairy fire.
They never see it coming.
True. Yeah, he's just going to have to go ahead and cast a spell. And then turn and look at you, Taslin, while he's casting it.
Can I do an Arcana check to see what I know, what spell he's casting, before I choose where to counterspell it?
Go ahead.
That would be a 22.
Okay. You do recognize the spell, in fact. The spell is Mirror Image.
And he's probably targeting me?
No.
Or no,
Mirror,
just of himself?
Mirror Image doesn't... Yeah, of course he's
Okay.
targeting himself.
I'll let him have it. I told him I wasn't getting involved. I'm not going to lie to him.
Okay. Then 3 illusory duplicates of this wizard appear all around him. There's now 4 red wizards in this position. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Perhaps if you called off your men, we could settle this peacefully, without further loss of assets.
We've already discussed the terms of peace. If you're not unwilling to follow them, then you all must die. Nos.
See that guy, brother? That guy has the right idea. You should do what he does. Look, what if we kill your boss? Then are you free?
Well, yeah. I mean, if he's dead, he can't pay us. So yeah.
Fantastic. And then I'll go for the warlock. That's
a natural 1. That's gonna miss.
Yep. That's a critical though. 20. I don't know, man. It's the Glaive of Wonder. It's enchanted.
Maybe I need to take it off you.
No!
23 points of damage on that warlock. Okay.
And that... No way. No way. I got a screen cap like all this. That's another critical.
That is 2 nat 20s on 1 roll.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just making up for all of the terrible rolls that I've done in the past. I don't know.
Because you guys have struggled with combat in the past.
I built my character well, thank you.
All right. So, how do you destroy the warlock?
Ooh, Let's see. There were 2 criticals in a row, and then the half attack is what actually killed her. So, can I lop off one of her arms first? And then get her in the because I think that it's like her sorts of casting, right? She was using her hands a lot before, so I was like, I need to disarm her, literally. So off goes an arm, and then I'm just with a lucky blow, I get the half attack, the little blade in her throat.
All right, and she'll fall backwards and disappear into the darkness.
Oh, I hope they're not on the slaves down there.
Anything else from you, Nos?
I'll just be like, sup to the other hobgoblin that's not incapacitated right now. Like, you like that?
Taslin.
Yep. I'm gonna take 5 feet away. And he's not gonna hit me, I don't suppose. And I will use the spell Message on him. And I will simply message him, and do I need to make a roll, or because I saw him casting it, would I know which person to target to because I have to point at them? If I'm messaging the wizard?
It's only attack rolls when you...
Oh, okay.
With the mirror image.
All right, so I'm going to message him, and I'm just going to say, last chance, this will end badly for you. Unfortunately, I can't lose the dwarf right yet. I hope reason will prevail. And he can reply.
I know full well they're not going to allow me to live if I surrender, so I have to kill in order to continue my enterprises. I respect you, but no.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Hobgoblins.
How much are they
I've
paying you?
The one that's commanded. When does he end his command? That was it, right? It was just one turn. He surrendered for one turn, and then he's back.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to normal. You're not gonna get me like that. He's gonna try and shove the one that was commanded. He's gonna try and shove Nos backwards. So athletics or acrobatics. Check.
22.
Because you're raging, right?
Yes.
Right, he rolled a 17 plus his strength, which, that's a 20. All right. So you managed to stop yourself from being knocked over, in which case he's actually going to use his action to begin uttering just a motto, an uplifting chant, which immediately his companion starts to just react to straight away as he uses the leadership feature to bolster. For 1 minute, the hobgoblin can utter a special command or warning whenever a non-hostile creature it can see within 30 feet of it makes an attack roll or saving throw. The creature can add a d4 to its roll, provided it can hear and understand the hobgoblin. Okay. The other one is then going to attack, or attempt to attack, Nos. So first of all, with the shield bash to knock you prone. That is an athletics versus your athletics or acrobatics.
Ooh, 19.
He still fails on that regard. So he'll make the attacks. Now, his first attack will be minus d6, but with a plus d4. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. Second two attacks will be just standard with the minus d6. So ends up being a 16 and an 18.
Nope. Just the one.
So just the one manages to go through. Okay. So that is 9 points of slashing damage on you. Then we go to Lafcadio.
Right, I'll cast Green Flame Blade on my whip again. And I'll attack the fella right in front of me.
Okay.
With a 12.
That'll miss.
And that's the only attack I got with that spell. So I will look pitifully at the ground. Sorry, Nos.
Kale.
Well, I guess. I will move a little bit farther away from this ledge first. And then I will try to command the two hobgoblins to surrender again. By casting command at second level.
Wisdom saves again.
Yes, surrender.
I have
I failed, right?
a 17 and a 20.
So yeah, I didn't do anything this round, everybody.
That's okay.
Me too.
Wampum.
I'm going to continue throwing.
Okay. So you're going to target the wizard, right?
Yes.
Okay. The first attack is actually going to be targeting a duplicate of his.
Okay. Which would be a 16.
Okay. That'll miss.
And then a 20.
targets duplicate and hits the duplicate.
For 10?
The duplicate disappears. He's now got 2 duplicates left.
And a 21.
Which also targets and hits another of the duplicates. So he has 1 duplicate left. Anything else from you, Wampum?
Nope.
Okay. In this moment, he is now going to cast a spell again. But this spell that he's casting is a... Okay. He's casting Phantasmal Force on Wampum. I need Wampum to roll an Intelligence saving throw.
That would be a 7.
Okay. Your mind is immediately racked with strange illusions and painful images of an empty ale mug. That's it's like 6 foot tall, but it's just fallen over. You can see that it's just dried up. There's cobwebs in the back. It's a sad moment indeed. Okay. And so he's going to cause you to take 6 points of psychic damage because of it. The pain of seeing an empty mug is going to hurt you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then he's going to walk around you. Specifically to there. Okay. Nos.
I'm just gonna start conversation while we're fighting and be like, so where are you guys from? You guys got ranks? And I'm still gonna I'll go for the one that's in between me and Lefcadio. Again, non-lethally.
Okay.
That's a 1.
It's because you went non-lethally. Just not committing to the attacks.
Yep.
Could have been a 20.
The other one's a 13.
It's also a miss.
All right, one more. 18.
Also a miss.
I spent all my good luck, guys.
Get your head back in the game, Nos!
But they're so cute.
Nos, back up.
Anything else from you, Nos?
I will back up as per Kel's suggestion.
Okay. You have the... No. You do have the mobile feat? No, you don't.
No.
No. So
I'll be
you
taking
will
me
take
out.
an attack of opportunity.
Is this far enough? Okay.
Yes, it's just fine. Just far enough.
You're fine.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a 21 to hit you, my lady.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. All right. He's going to... That'll be 7 points of slashing. All right. Taslin.
Yeah, I'm going to move 30 feet. And the plane shift amulet, we didn't have a limit to uses. It just, I had to have been there prior to get to it.
Yes.
So, I'm going to move 30 feet, call over to the freed slaves, and say, grab my hands and form a circle quickly, if you please.
Okay.
And then I'll
they
come
will-
back and I'll be like, I'll be right back. Oh, can I do a dash then to... Yeah. Perfect.
That's all right. That's just for
Perfect.
flavor. Okay, so you run in, everyone quickly grabs hands,
And off to Neverwinter we go.
off to Neverwinter. All right, so specifically the Amulet of the Plains, there is a chance of a failure. I need to make an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
That would be a 17.
Okay. On a success, you manage to cast the plane shift spell. You disappear and go off to Neverwinter.
Am I able to specify where in Neverwinter I'm going, or is it a random spot, or?
It'll be just a random spot.
Okay.
Okay. Unless, would there be anywhere you would have in mind?
I know that last time we were around where we met, so I would go near the Harper
Okay.
locale where
Alright.
I was first called in.
You end
Portal
up
in.
just outside the city walls.
Yeah, and then next turn I'll just plane shift back and I'll do the roll again.
Okay. All right. Well, at sea, your friend has run away. You should surrender. Hobgoblins. They're going to act. One's going to move up and attempt to shield bash as a bonus action. What? What's up?
No, I was gonna say, can I poke him? But he was already within 10 feet, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Make an athletics or acrobatics check, Nos. Okay.
28.
So he fails on that regard, so he will continue to attempt to attack you.
He's still muddled, unless he rolled
still
that
muddled.
18. Okay.
No, he didn't. So that's going to miss. What is your AC?
19.
19. Okay, so that misses. Second one, that's also going to miss. Third one, that could. That is a 19, actually, even with the 6. Okay. So you'll take 11 points of slashing damage. The other one is going to do all the same things to Lafcadio. So, athletics or acrobatics check from Lafcadio, please.
I will do acrobatics. 28.
2 acrobatic. All right, and he is not muddled, so he will make 3 unmuddled attacks against you, Lafcadio. So that is a natural 20. That's going to hit. Second attack being 25 to hit.
Hit.
Third attack being a 19 to hit.
All hits.
All hits. Okay, so that is with one of them being a crit. That is 26 points of slashing damage in total, spread over the 3 hits. I'll need synaptic static is concentration, right?
It is not.
Or not? No.
Nope.
Are you holding concentration on any spell?
Nope.
All right, never mind. Lafcadio, what would you like to do?
I will again cast Green Flame Blade and try to hit the fella that just hit me.
Okay.
26.
That will hit.
10 slashing. And of course, now I take off the automatic roll for the extra damage. So 2d8.
Because you deal extra fire damage to him and fire damage to his companion.
So the 2d8 plus 5, the plus 5 is from my Radiant Soul for the first guy. And then it's also a 2d8 plus 5 because that's how the spell works. So they both take 18 fire damage.
Yep. Sounds good. Anything else from your Lafcadio?
With my bonus action, I will cast Radiant Soul on myself. I'm sorry, Healing Light. I will use my Healing Light on myself to recover 18 hit points.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Kale.
Okay.
Get out
So-
of there, elf.
I already had Lightbringer out. I'm gonna try and step to the side, and I'm gonna start swinging at him, but I want to try and fake him out because I'm actually gonna cast a spell.
What spell are you going to cast?
I don't know. Does he want to counterspell me before I tell you?
I give those guys an opportunity to recognize the spell that's trying to be cast. So his Arcana check is a 26.
So I'm casting Dawn. It's a 5th level spell.
Okay. All right.
Is he just gonna let me do it?
Yeah, he's just going to let you do Dawn.
Okay. Then I cast it in such a way that it will hit just these two hobgoblins and fill the whole corridor behind them up with radiant damage. Filling this whole hallway up with radiant damage. You don't even know. So they got.
What's the radius on Dawn?
A 30-foot radius.
30-foot radius. Okay,
Mhm.
so just to make sure. Okay, cool.
Mind the slaves.
Yeah, no slaves harmed in the casting of this spell. All
Good.
right.
So then they have
So
to
what's
do
the DC?
Constitution saves DC 17.
Those, one of them still muddled. Those are 2 failures, actually.
Goodness, someone failed on my stuff. They will take, holy crap.
There's a lot of dice you just rolled.
It's 4d10 radiant damage, and I rolled 16. Well, it's 15 plus 17 would be 32. 32 radiant damage.
To each of them?
Yes.
Okay. That will kill one of them and not quite kill the other.
Told you to surrender like 3 times. That's my whole turn.
Okay. All right. Then we move to Wampum. What are you going to do, Wampum?
Oh, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I am throwing at the wizard. And that would be a 24 for 13.
Well, that targets his last duplicate and removes the last duplicate.
And then I got a 27 for 11.
And that will hit him.
And a 15 for 15.
That will miss.
And I'm done.
Okay. The wizard, as he will. You moved, which is kind of annoying because he had a plan for you in the position you were in.
I figured you did.
Yeah. So instead, he's just going to have to summon a fireball. Yeah. So he's going to cast a fireball spell, and it's going to aim it to make sure that it gets Kale and Lafcadio and Nos. It'll also hit his own man. He doesn't care so much about that. He just cares about his survival. All right. So dexterity saves from the lot of you.
We're all coming up 1.
I rolled another 1.
I got a 13.
You got a 13. Okay, so all of you failed those saves. And as he was using his 6th level slot for that fireball, that will be 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Yep, 11 d6.
I'm not going to survive this.
Damage. Okay, that will be 37 points of fire damage.
Nos is down.
Math. It's DC 18. Constitution check. I think I actually might have made that. Oh, no, I don't have any Constitution. Never mind.
So are you losing concentration on something?
I'm done, yeah.
On Dawn. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
gone.
So I imagine
His hobgoblin died anyway, so that didn't matter. So in that attack, Nos went down. Lafcadio, are you still up?
Yep, I have 2 HPs.
Okay, and Kale is still up. Nos, death save, please.
Well,
One successful death save. Taslin.
All right. I appear in Neverwinter with my gaggle of slaves. I point to the nearest area that I'm familiar with, near the Harpers, and I just say, "You're in Neverwinter. I have to go," and I'm going to use it again, and I'll make that check right now.
Okay.
And that would be a 16.
Okay. Successfully plane shifting back. Now, I'd say because you've just literally come from this spot, if you focus really hard, you can come and end up in the same spot.
All right. So I appear with like a sound, and then I'll turn around and I'll just see like the smoking embers from my comrades, and I'm like, oh man, what a party. And that was my action, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to be like, I'm back.
Okay. Lafcadio.
Lafcadio will run over here towards the wizard and green flame blade him.
Okay.
And I will check the automatic damage this time. And crack out my whip right in his face for an 18.
18 will hit.
For 17 fire damage and 8 slashing.
Okay. He is resistant to fire damage.
Naturally.
Yeah. Unnaturally, his magical staff seems to glow just a little bit more as he takes fire damage. So the staff gives resistance. So 17 halves down to 8, so 16 points of damage. Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I will use Healing Light to get Nos back up. And that is, I'll throw my hand up, and little shimmery lights come down, and she regains 15 hitch points. Hitch points. That's right, hitch points.
Hitch points, okay.
Hitch points.
Kale.
All right. Recognizing that Lacadio's already done the whole job of getting this guy, or of getting Nos back up, I will. I'll raise Lightbringer in the air, and then go to act like I'm gonna hit him, but then I'm gonna juke him again, and I'm gonna hit my shield, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay. He will not counter the Toll the Dead as he rolls a 15 on his wisdom save.
Hey, that's a failure. I get to roll 3d12.
Woo.
Nice.
He will take 16 necrotic damage.
Oh. Okay. Anything else from you, Kale?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Wampum.
You know, this is gonna hurt just a little bit.
Just know, dwarf, that you attacked first, and this is all you're doing.
Yes.
Okay.
So a 13 for 16.
That's gonna miss.
And a 15 for 17.
Will miss.
And a 23 for 14.
With that, he'll use his reaction to make it miss.
Okay.
Okay. I do apologize. Looking to Taslin. As he will turn back around, with a wave of a hand, he's casting a spell.
Counterspell.
Counter spell.
4th level.
Okay. He will roll a spellcasting ability check to try and counter your counterspell.
Can he, because he used his reaction already with the hit?
It's his turn, so he gets his reaction.
You're right.
Yep. So he successfully counters your counterspell. Yep. All right. So we have another fireball that's going to just catch Lafcadio, Kale, and Nos in it. I need dexterity saves from all of you.
Why, if you're mad at the dwarf,
He needs to learn that his
No more
actions
that one.
harm other individuals.
17.
1.
1 again.
I mean, plus whatever. 4.
I almost feel bad.
Casey stole all the 20s you should be rolling.
I can't even. I can't even with that die.
Oh, I rolled better this time. So, even doing less dice, I rolled better than last time. That's 40 points of fire damage to all that failed, which is all of you.
Back down.
Yep.
is anyone still attuned to those fire rings? I know I'm not, but just throwing that out there.
I am.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
As am I.
So all 3 of you, and then he'll turn back around to Taslin and Wampum. I hope you understand. You attacked first, so it's, as I said, this is your fault. Nos, death save, please. There's 1 failure. Taslin.
Yeah, how injured is the wizard looking?
Pretty badly injured, actually.
All right. I will offer him the most sincere, apologetic expression I can manage as Taslin just kind of walks up to him, his hand kind of igniting a necrotic energy, and I just say, I hope you know it's nothing personal, but I figure that if anyone's going to be sending you to the Raven Queen, it might as well be me. And I'm going to attempt to to cast at level 3 Vampiric Touch.
Okay, go ahead.
That would be a 18 plus 9. So 26, right?
27.
27.
That'll hit.
All right. And that does 3d6 damage.
Melee attack, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
With
assuming you moved to
Yeah, I
into
moved to
melee
him,
with
yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
4,
Go ahead and
6,
roll the
8,
damage.
14 damage.
Okay. He's still up, but he's very injured, very heavily wounded at
And
this
I
point.
heal 7 HP.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Anything else from you, Taslin?
I don't think so. I don't have any equipment that lets me... Yep, nope.
Okay.
I'm all
Death
good.
save from Lafcadio.
19.
That's a success. Kale, death save.
I rolled a 7 just for fun, but I have a periaptive wound closure. Shall I stabilize?
Yeah, you stabilize. You're fine. Wampum.
Wampum gets a more serious look on his face. Well, it'd be time for you to die.
That's what you think.
14 for 10.
I almost felt a breeze that time.
3 for 17.
That'll hit.
And a 26 for 11.
He will drop to 1 knee. But he's still alive. Anything else, Wampum?
I'm walking up to him.
Yep.
And I'm going to grab him by the throat.
Okay. We will meet again. He's going to cast a spell.
I can't counterspell it. 'Cause I've got no more slots.
Then he will phase and disappear.
Can
Okay,
I roll an
loud
Arcana check to
pop.
recognize what spell? Oh, okay. So, phase shift.
Or similar sorts of magic, either teleport or something of that ilk. He did just teleport away. Not dead, but heavily injured. Nos, death save, please.
8.
That is a second failure. Taslin, what are you doing?
I will move over to Nos, and I will attempt to stabilize her.
With a medicine check.
All right. That would be a 15.
Okay. Nos is stable. Anything else from you, Taslin?
Will be my turn.
Death save from Lafcadio, please.
4.
And it's 1 failure, 1 success for Lafcadio. Kale is asleep. Wampum.
I am going over to Lefcardio, and I am pouring a extra healing potion down his throat.
An extra healing potion?
Yes, extra healing.
Okay. Is that
No,
a normal potion of healing?
I'm sorry, greater healing. I'm sorry.
Greater healing. Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll 4d4 plus 4 wampum.
That is a total of 15.
Nice.
Tastes good.
Do we get his staff?
He phase shifted away.
No!
Anything else from... Well, at that point, everyone is... There's no more risk of death from you guys. That was quite the battle. The Duergar across the way, which have been watching the whole thing, are just sitting back and...
Did they give us like a thumbs up? They're like, yeah, no competitors.
Well done. They're also going to take their slaves and leave. And we're going to go ahead and take a short break. So, join us after a quick break. Welcome back, everyone, after the break. Thanks for sticking with us. We are joining our heroes back at the elemental plane of Earth. They've just got done with killing a whole bunch of people. There's drow corpses at their feet. There's hobgoblin corpses at their feet. There's a drow and a human corpse down below in the street. It's a bit of a mess. At least they managed to save 5 or 6 individuals. Yeah. What do you guys want to do? Kale is currently unconscious but stable. Nos is currently unconscious but stable. Lafcadio is awake but hurt. What are you guys going to do?
I will cast Healing Light, my last die of that, on Kale and wake him up. And that is that and that for 3 hit points.
Big 3. I get up and I'll look. I'll see Lafcadio first. That's great. That's what I wanted. We're good. Anyone else? I look around. Nos is down. I tell her to get up, but I do it in a fancy flowery language. And I cast Healing Word. And at first level, why not? It's good. She don't need a lot. She gets 8 hit points.
All right.
I'll
Nos
bite your
wakes
face
up.
off.
Whoa, careful there. I'll help Nos up.
Ugh. Did we kill the wizard?
He got away.
God damn it.
I had him by the throat when he teleported.
Indeed.
Bad enemies out there.
Well, before anyone else shows up, perhaps we should leave. We have rescued the slaves from here.
I'm going to walk
I reckon
past
those-
them and step over these corpses and just start walking down the hall.
Yeah, I reckon they had other slaves.
you'll head down the stone walkway and turn into the space immediately after this one next door, and you will see the area where the human wizard and the hobgoblins were staying, as with all of their slaves as well. They're behind a stone wall, which you can easily then... Can you? Stone shape?
Yep. I got a 4th level slot left, so I'll walk over. I'll shovel. I'll just like almost lazily, just like shovel the rocks out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will just sit down against the wall and wait. And I'll say, someone is going to come. They can help you in a minute. I just need to breathe for a while.
Can I
Mm-hmm.
pick up both hobgoblins? Hoist them onto my shoulders.
Probably. You're pretty beefy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can pick them up.
I do that. And I'm gonna struggle a lot because I'm very wounded still. But
Taslin just watches you do this. He's not offering any help.
oh, I don't expect him to help.
So, you have a bunch more slaves that are scared, cowering, but they're not going to stop you from saving them. What are you guys going to do? Are you going to escape with them and just go? Or are you going to try to do something else?
Tasman, what'd you do with the other slaves?
I brought them to Neverwinter. I figured someone there will help them. By the time we get there, it's only been a few minutes. They can't have caused too much of a ruckus. I'm sure the guard have them properly contained for when we get there.
Nas, can I lighten ye load?
Yeah, if you're willing.
I'm a willing.
Thanks.
I guess Taz and I are able to bring these other slaves back and then come back for us.
I can. Please don't get into too much mischief while I'm gone. If I do this, I don't have many spells left.
Intelligence. Oh, you're using the plane shift, right?
Yep.
Go ahead and make a intelligence check.
That would be exactly 15.
Okay, you're good.
And then I have to make it again when I get back. So do you want me to...
Roll another one.
Yep. That would be a 14 plus 6, 20.
Okay. You successfully plane shift back.
All right. And then I will wave over to the group, and before we go again, I'm going to go over to pull out my wand of detection, and I'll use a charge, knowing that there was a wizard there, to see if there are any invisible or hidden walls, traps.
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
So I stow it back in my vest, and I hold out my hands, I say, hold a circle, or form a circle. I don't like this place, and I don't want to be here any longer.
No, so we bringing those fellas with.
Yeah, but they're objects right now, so it should be fine.
They're objectifying me.
They're corpses.
Fair enough. All right. So, yeah, they count as objects. I'd say they count as something that you guys are carrying, rather than being creatures that could be teleported.
Why are we bringing them?
Do we want? We can't. Don't really want to waste too much time here. There's an explanation that goes with it. You remember how I told you guys that when I was in Luskin earning money for my glaive that I did some nasty work?
Mm-hmm.
These guys are just mercenaries, like me. I was going to politely ask you, Kale, when you're feeling better, not immediately, if you could take a cut from the gem stash, my cut, and if you would be willing to resurrect them one at a time. If not, I can find someone else.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Not here.
On the bright side, if we do resurrect them, we'll know the name of this wizard. He will no doubt return. as were his last words when he left.
Mhm.
I'd be hoping so.
Okay.
All right. So if you can all form hands and form a circle, we'll be to Neverwinter unless you have any previous or prior engagements on the material plane.
Real quick, I'm going to use a second wind. And
That's a good idea.
recharge a spell slot from my Rod of the Pact-Keeper and a spell slot from the Pearl of Power. No idea what we're going to run into. And yeah, now
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. One more
All right.
time.
Where do you want to go before we go? Luskin, Neverwinter.
Neverwinter, to make sure we get all these slaves sorted.
All right, and my last check will be a natural 1.
Okay.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Roll a D100.
All right. That would be an 81.
An 81. Okay. You travel to a random... So, on a failure, you and each creature and object within 15 feet of you, so that includes anything else that was left behind, travel to a random destination. You rolled an 81, you say? Okay. You travel to a randomly determined plane of existence.
Great.
So I'm going to just briefly look through the available planes of existence within the current 5th edition model and randomly determine one that I think would be more interesting to send you to.
Celestia?
Do you guys have any preferences?
Arborea or Celestia?
Feywild.
I want to go back to the city of brass and get my shield.
Neverwinter would be cool. I mean,
Yeah, the material plane is a plane.
It is a plane. So we have I want a nice good list of all the planes. Okay.
Does our audience have any suggestions?
Do they? I'm not currently looking in the chat right now, but if they do, let me know.
No.
Did someone just say hell?
No.
Oh yeah, because
You
they're
were
an
quiet.
option, aren't they? They are an option.
all of them are really.
On World of Anvil, where we were when we're doing our work, there's a list of planes.
I'll
That
take
would-
that list. Why not? That's a spoiler, though, Carl. Right?
Saying.
We're working on World Anvil. We won't tell you why. All right. So, planes of existence. There's a good list of them there. The Abyss is number 1. If it's a 1, it's the Abyss.
Ones.
It was close to a 1. It's not. Where you actually end up going is to a very familiar place. You've been there before. In fact, you completely surprise the satyr that you meet when you land within the Feywild, and Fey Ticklebottom is right there. Whoa!
That's quite a coincidence. I've never been here.
Are you really here?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's imagination, Ticklebottom. You've been drinking too much.
This place looks amazing. I've never been here or seen this like in my previous 3 months of living, I'm sure.
Oh,
Can I
joy.
have someone in the group roll a d20?
I'll do
I'll
it.
let you guys decide. Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Chaos doing it. You rolled a 7. Are you sure you rolled a 7? Did you
I'm
actually roll a
positive
7?
I rolled a 7. Yeah, that's exactly what I rolled.
Okay. All right. So there is no Feywild time warp while you're here.
All right.
Lucky number 7.
I
All
thought
right.
someone would do that.
So, why are you here? Why did you come back?
I don't know. Good question. I asked Taz.
The wizard did it.
Perhaps there was a malfunction with the item, or perhaps I simply abused the power of planar travel too much and it went awry. These things happen. You should be thankful. We didn't end up in the hells or the abyss
Thank you.
or the bottom of the ocean.
So, how ye fix this?
We can jump any time.
Well, what's
Is there a limit?
Well,
Should I put a limit on this? Be
there's-
like,
Nope, there's no limit on this.
You did just
I-
suggest that maybe you've been toying with planar travel too much, and that's why it didn't work out correctly.
Or perhaps this is just where we're meant to be.
What's one more try?
Don't listen to the elf. Try it.
Sure.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Okay.
Or
Come
have any
again.
of you been here before?
They've all been here.
All of us have been here before. Yes, we've all met
That's-
Mr. Ticklebottom.
Even
That's
you,
the
but in a past life.
Hmm.
I see it. I see it.
I'll give a begrudging nod. And is it safe to rest here? Perhaps we should recover then.
Do you want to rest in my house? My house is just down the road.
Might
We can.
probably wouldn't be a good idea. So I appreciate you making the offer, but time might not be right. So we shouldn't spend a lot of time here.
Okay. Well, go on then.
All right.
Do this. Make it magic.
Well, I can't say it's been wonderful being here, but everyone form a circle and let's try this again.
Do you have to
Okay.
add that? Really?
Yes,
Roll an intelligence check.
that would be a 18.
Okay. Where are you going?
I'm going straight to where I dropped off all the slaves in Neverwinter.
Okay. Then, as the party pop from existence again, you're leaving the Feywild. So you all know what that means. Everyone who is currently not of Fey ancestry, which is Nos, Wampum, and Lafcadio, need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
5.
9.
5.
Okay. So the only people who are aware that you made a quick stop off in the Feywild is Kale and Taslin. Everyone else, the last thing you remember is disappearing from the city of jewels and reappearing outside the beautiful city of Neverwinter. Everything's quite good, actually. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. There are a bunch of guards trying desperately to figure out what to do with this horde of freed slaves. What do you guys want to do now that you're out and in Neverwinter, or just outside the walls of Neverwinter?
With my 2 cloaks, the peewee feet underneath the other one, I'm going to bundle them into the backpack, keep them from the sun, put on my ring of fire resistance, and then I'll look to the party. And give like a ta-da, like we're here.
Wampum yells to the guards, hold on, we got more.
You got more? Do you?
We do.
Do you? Because you don't, but do you?
You don't?
No, you don't. But
I
do
don't
you
think
think
so.
you do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a very important fact that Wampum thinks there are more. Unfortunately, no. In this moment, what had happened was Taslin had gone away and done everything first, then come back for just you guys. So you don't have anyone else.
Oh, okay.
This is it. This 14. This is it.
Did that meet your quota, Nos?
Yeah. My quota was at least 1, so we did great.
Perfect.
Should probably find a place to recoup and stuff, right?
So as you just kind of, you've called out to the guards.
Yeah.
They will approach you. Think, what's going on? What are we supposed to do with all these people here? Some of them are from here, some of them aren't. We don't know what to do with the people that aren't from here. We can't exactly give them space.
Well, let's see if a temple will be willing to help us get them back up on their feet.
Yeah, we've got a
All
mate.
right.
Thanks, mate.
You got them?
Yep. Oh,
All right.
And I quickly drop my...
The fact that you look like a drow priestess.
Yeah. I'm now Lion Man again.
Okay. Forgot about that. Fair enough. All right. So as you stood outside the gates, half of the individuals that you saved, so 6 of the folks that you saved, have gone into the city of Neverwinter, and they already have families and places to go. You still have 6 other people who consider you to be somewhat responsible for them, and they're going to follow you around until you find them someplace appropriate for them. Now, Neverwinter, as you've been to Neverwinter a bunch of different times, it's a sprawling city, very commercial, very big city. Where are you going to take them? There are plenty of temples.
I'd like to talk to each of them and get their names and where they're from, firstly.
And you get those things.
Perfect.
Kale,
Um,
you said that Harper lady was going to be in Neverwinter just in case we needed a chat. I don't remember exactly how our time frame matches up with her time frame, but is it possible she's here and she can help us with these folks?
I don't know. Let me ask. And I will get out a little piece of copper wire and flick it and cast a sending spell on what was it, Darathra? Was that the person?
Darathra.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is also the person you contacted for help to solve the water elemental plane.
Correct.
And let's figure out how long ago that was. You spent, after calling in the favor, you then slept in water.
Mhm.
Spent how long in air? One night in air,
Mhm.
and then one night in earth.
Mhm.
That's it. So it's only been
Sounds
3
right.
days. So she is. What is the sending that you sent to her?
We have arrived in Neverwinter. We need to put some people up, former slaves. Where can we find you? Thanks in advance.
Okay.
I'm clutching my bag of goodies so close.
I'm not gonna let it. Yeah. Okay. So the response you get is, okay, I'm still 4 or 5 days out from Neverwinter. I'll see you when I get there. In terms of the location you could be sent to, let me just pull up a map of the city of Neverwinter.
I mean,
I can see.
we've met with Harper
you
contacts in Neverwinter before, right?
Yeah. In fact, Neverwinter is where Ali's body is currently.
Mhm.
Yeah, within the Harper compound.
Okay.
So she just tells you to go and meet her in the compound that's within the chasm. So you can take the individuals and go to the Harper compound that's down the chasm slopes.
All right. Yeah. Lefcadio, you're boisterous. Could you just round them up and let them know we're going to the place with the people?
Mates, we brought you back to Neverwinter. You may or may not be familiar with this locale, but we've got friends, and we're going to stay with them for a bit until we are able to get you back to where you need to go. Is everyone good with that?
Hey. everyone's happy to be free, so they'll listen to you for a little while, at least.
We're going to prevail upon the kindness of an organization known as the Hoppers. They're do-gooders, and if you ever find yourself in a spot where you can, repay some favors after they do some favors for you, I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Leading them through the city from the southern southeastern gate, trail up. It doesn't take you long, maybe 20 minutes of walking through the grounds down towards the compound. The compound is busy as they're preparing to get people to go to the elemental plane of water to go and get those refugees and bring them in. So everyone's kind of active, running around quickly. There isn't really anyone that's around to help you out, but you can grab anyone you need to, and they'll direct you towards the shelters and the guest quarters where you can put up the slaves for the time being.
So we could tell them to call it off, right? Like Kazan, you could just go get people.
No.
Okay. I mean, why not?
Last we knew, there were 32 individuals that needed rescuing. Should I abuse this item to travel through the plains repeatedly, myself alone with 7 individuals, that is roughly 4 or 5 trips. With the small chance that I could end up on any plane of existence, say for instance the 9 hells. Personally, I don't think I would have enough time to cast or use this item to get out of there with these individuals.
Okay. I'll go with you if it makes you feel better. I can get you to the plane of water without incident.
Alternatively, you have already contacted your friends to rescue them. We can leave it in their capable hands.
All right. I mean, it's your item. If you don't want to do it, that's up to you. I can't force anybody to do anything. So.
Give me a day to think on it, Kale, and perhaps I will feel better. Perhaps I'm just exhausted from being so far away from my home plane.
Sure. That's an oddly emotional disposition for someone like you, but that's fine.
We'll talk about it after I've had time to rest.
Sure.
Should we see if Lord Belvedere will, because I think he said that we're welcome to stay at his place whenever we're back in town. No, Kale?
No, I'm good. I got something else I would like to do before we do that.
What would you like to do, Kale?
I want to go to the most librariest place in Neverwinter so I can cast Word of Recall there.
That will be the House of Knowledge. It is both a temple and a library, and you can definitely be permitted a space to do so. In fact, understanding the situation, I'm sure that the denizens of this temple would have a place already ready and picked out for teleportation areas to come into. So you set up your Word of Recall right next to a permanent teleportation circle.
Great. And I'm probably just going to stay there until I get a long rest, and in the intervening time, I'll okay. I have spells. I prepared a spell for downtime activities.
All right. Well, before you do that,
sure, yeah.
They will ask you to register that you have created this teleportation method within the walls of Neverwinter. in order to be permitted the use of any sort of private teleportation network inside the city walls, you have to register with the city that you have done so. And so the House of Knowledge will just go through the paperwork.
Yeah, I'll just do it, and I will also, I mean, if they just to be kind of a dick about it, I'll show them my credentials. I'll prove, like, look, I'm a cleric engineer. I got the book with the symbol, and it does this stuff. And I have the paperwork showing that I'm a Thane, Neverwinter. Make me do all the damn paperwork.
It's all good. We just need to do the paperwork, make sure it's done properly. I'm sure you, in an official understanding, would recognize that things must be done. Yes.
Of course, yeah. It's been a long. Gosh, it's been like a 10-day. Just so much crap. I'm cranky. I'm sorry.
What's your downtime spell, Kale?
Tongues! I'm going to cast tongues as many times as I can to work on translating words from the abyssal to celestial dictionary.
Yes, okay. It'll take some time. Yeah.
I'll see that Kale is settling in for a long bit of work. And I'll say, Kale, mate, I've got this rock with this rune on it. And after the plane of Earth, I don't think I'm going to have much use for it. When I got it, I got the understanding that it can also be imbued into one's shield, as long as it's not magic, or one's boots. So I wanted to give you that rock in case you can find some use for it.
Okay, what does the rock do?
That's the Orb of the Stein rune.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, well, thank you. I will look into that.
It works. You don't have to put it in those things, and it has properties that you can use without doing that. But here you go. I'm sure you can put it to good use, whatever you decide.
Sure. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I will see if I can figure out the procedure to do that, or see if I can have someone just tell me how to do it.
Teo,
simply attuning to it would be enough for you. Yes, Wampum?
Do you, offhand, do you know of a tavern that I have been delivering my ale to within this city?
Not offhand, but I can look at my notes of the city of Neverwinter.
Oh, I'm also going to give my bag of holding with all the gems in it to Kale and say, hey, Kale, I know that you're good with figuring things out. Like you knew the price of stuff, so maybe you could figure out how much all this is worth.
Sure. Well, okay. I'll hold on to it. I'll take it to the jeweler tomorrow, and I'll figure it out.
You can figure it out yourself, right? You know you don't.
I can't. I don't have the tools on hand though. Is the problem.
Oh, right.
They might have them here somewhere, but I don't know. Do they, Teo?
In the hall of the House of Knowledge, they have the tools, but you'd need to use them.
Right.
They don't have the services to be able to
do
them for you. Yeah.
I can channel divinity knowledge of the ages twice per short rest. I get 10 minutes of proficiency with any tool, so I'll just.
Okay. So, Wampum, there is, in fact, a one of the taverns that you do deliver your goods to, and it is the Driftwood Tavern. It is, strictly speaking, outside the city of Neverwinter. It's actually in the harbor. It's just outside the walls, but it's a very popular tavern for sailors.
I'll turn to the audience. Me be being at the Driftwood Tavern down by the docks, if you be looking for me.
You want me to take that body from you before you go being marketable?
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about him.
The guards didn't ask any questions.
I'll go ahead and slowly, put him down.
Thanks.
I need a drink.
All right, Nos, what are you doing with those bodies?
I am waiting until Kale is happy to talk to me. I don't want to bother him until that moment. I've noticed he's been kind of down about us as a functioning group, so I don't want to ask anything more of him. I will tell them that I'd like to take this time before we head off to the final whatever to pray. So I'm going to attempt to find the local shrine to Timora, and that's where I will be.
Okay. It is within the Protector's Enclave.
Ready.
Okay. All right. While you're... It seems like Kale's going to take a little bit of time, and there's at least going to be a night where you'll need to take care of those hobgoblin bodies. What do you do with them?
Well, I was just going to post up in the temple and keep them with me and guard over them and watch them and stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Then, as the party just kind of separate, strangely enough, Lafcadio, where do you go?
I go back to the Hopper HQ, and I'm like, Teslin, are you still here?
Yes.
Want to get a drink?
Peek out from... I suppose. Might as well. After we get the gems appraised, I would like to go to the... Is it the Temple of Knowledge? Or the...
House of Knowledge.
House of Knowledge.
That's what it's called.
And copy a few spells into my spellbook. Most of my spells that I have prepared, I believe, will be ineffectual with the enemies and issues we'll be facing, and I want to prepare a few new spells to further aid us.
I think that's what Kale is. If you want to just hang out with Kale.
No, thank you. I'll go for that drink.
Fair enough. So, what's going on with the party?
So
You'll each respectively somehow just happen to have some, either it's a barmaiden or a priestess from either of the temples, or it's one of the Harper agents, just casually approach you guys and girl trouble, boy trouble.
No, dry mug trouble.
Dry mug. Okay.
He had that nightmare about the dry mug.
True. So they'll fill your mug.
I'm gonna put 2 gold down on the bar. How many patrons are in here?
Inside the Driftwood Tavern right now, it's an average day, so there's currently only about 6 or 7 people sat inside. 1 or 2 a little bit worse for wear in terms of the amount of drink that they've had, but mostly it's sailors preparing to go out soon. So just relaxing for a day.
The 2 that are really, really drunk,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him to put 2 mugs of Thunderbelly Ale in front of them.
Okay.
And then the rest of them, I'm buying around for everybody. And then I want 2 mugs for myself.
Okay. Buying around for everybody. Naturally speaking, everyone orders the most expensive drink in the house, so it ends up costing you 15 gold.
Okay.
And Lafcadio, were we going to the same bar that Wampa went to, or?
I don't know where I went.
There's a mess hall kind of place inside the Harper HQ if you wanted to just socialize there. Otherwise, yeah, you could go to the other tavern.
I was gonna hang out here. I got drinks.
Sure, why not? I'll take a seat. I'm assuming it's like wooden tables.
It's it's a very simple, very basic place. Everything in here looks very colorful anyway. The try to make it all look happy and chipper inside the headquarters. So the chairs and tables have all been painted wood to look like a cascade of rainbow colors. It's very pretty.
So I will grab a small amount of food and a drink. I'll sit down and I'll motion for Lafcadio to join me.
Sit down, start reading.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
No. Looking forward to getting to the next step. We're going back to Shadowfell. That's exciting, right? Right?
Yeah. Real exciting.
I mean, the way I get it is we're literally in the spot where we're going to be going, but it's in the other plane, in the mirror plane of where we are. So we don't have to go very far, really.
Would I know enough about Evernight's history and the Cataclysm for Neverwinter?
Yeah.
The eruption.
Roll a history check to see what you know about the more recent history than its ancient history.
Okay. So that would be a 19.
Okay. So what you know of the city of Evernight right now is, as you say, it is a city that is a mirror image of Neverwinter. You know that there are actually gateways and pathways between Neverwinter and Evernight just naturally occurring anyway. Unfortunately. But the city of Evernight is a bustling city where the undead rule. In fact, the ruling power in the city is a tribunal of ghasts, which if you fall foul of their law, they will eat you. Yep. And anyone not undead automatically falls foul of the law unless they are owned by a patron that authorizes them to be there. So you know that it's a dangerous city, but it's almost like a metropolis that is currently active with undead everywhere.
Lafcadio. Neverwinter is a nice place. Now, imagine if it was run and populated by the undead.
All right, got it.
Schools. If you're living, you don't want to be there.
I got that much from the last time we were there.
Yeah. I have had no pleasant experiences with Evernight. I've unfortunately had to go there occasionally. We will want to be prepared because we will be under attack fighting through undead most likely every step of the way.
All right. Well, then I'm sorry we got to go back to this place you don't like.
There are nicer places in the Shadowfell.
Hopefully we'll just be in and out.
Hopefully.
So
yeah. No, it's just generally just everyone kind of separated their own ways. How long do you guys stay separated from one another? What do you guys do with this? Everything seems fairly safe and quiet in the city of Neverwinter. There's no pressing danger of any of the planes. You've solved all of those. It's another couple days before Durathra arrives in Neverwinter, so what's the plan?
Perhaps we could take up some mercenary work. Or I'm still talking to Lafcadio, sorry. Perhaps we could take up some mercenary work while we're here, or perhaps we could take a look for anything interesting in the area. I'm sure you all are more familiar with Neverwinter than I am.
Well, after we rest up, I reckon everyone will be back here, and then we'll decide the next course of action. I know that you want to get some studying done. That's a laudable expenditure of time. I know Nos has got plans with those hobgoblins.
Do we want to go find her?
Well, like I said, I was going to plan on staying here, waiting for everyone else to show up. Well, I don't know where she went.
I said Temple of Tamor.
I was with Kale.
I was with you and Kale, and
I think everyone was kind of around when everyone mentioned it, but finding the place is always going to be maybe a difficulty.
Wampum will get into a silver piece bet with the bartender. I want those two that I just sent those extra drinks to fall off of their chairs.
So, sorry, but are you asking me to make them fall off their chairs?
No, we're going to do a silver piece bet. I'm going to pay for the drinks that you take over there. We're going to make a silver piece bet on how long it takes them to stay on their stools.
I'm sorry, sir, but that's kind of I can't really do that because once someone has fallen off their stools, I need to kick them out, and I wouldn't want to force someone to the point of having to kick them out.
You are no fun, sir.
Sorry.
Sorry. How much for a small keg of me Thunderbelly ale?
Small keg, maybe 6 gold pieces.
Make it 7, and I want a new mug.
Okay. She'll go out and get you a mug and 7 gold's worth of ale, or a keg's worth of little keg.
Okay.
So Taslin, I reckon you already been to this place of knowledge, so you probably don't need me to show you there. I don't.
I've been there when I learned water breathing for our foray into the water. So
I'm gonna lock down here at the Hopper HQ in case anyone shows up with questions.
I will go find Nos, and then I will go over to the temple to check on Kale, and I'll head back here. I'll see you then.
Okay. So, up out of the Harper headquarters, walking through the streets, the afternoon is moving in. The sun is beginning to set in the west, and the night is cooling down a little bit. You'll go to the House of Knowledge without any real problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Wampum will make his way back to the Harper encampment.
Okay. And you'll just cross paths. Just missing each other. There you go.
Cheers.
Have a good night, dwarf.
Okay. So you said you were going to go find Nos first and then go to... All right.
Do you want me to roll for it? Or?
Yeah, roll. Well, I would let you decide which of your skills you're going to be putting to the test to help you find the Temple of Timor.
Just investigation.
Just investigating? Okay.
Yeah. Which would be I rolled a 20. Passive is 19.
Okay. That'll... you'll be able to find it. It won't take too long to get to the Temple of Timora.
She'll be there. She'll be at the feet of the visage of the Golden Goddess. She'll have, since arriving, taken out 4 gold, put it at the goddess's feet, and she'll just be in that prayer pose, eyes closed, almost in a meditative sort of serenity when Taslin walks in.
So Taslin will see this, or I'll see this, and I won't kind of interrupt, but would I see the bodies right there?
They are one to her left, one to the right, on the ground, just... And then she's still covered in her own blood, and it's actually a pretty macabre scene, like really twisted, with this beautiful, pristine golden goddess and this mess of like gore at her feet.
So, as I walk up to the bodies as stealthily as a wizard can, and without a word, I will kind of pull open my spell book, flip a few pages, and I will cast Gentle Repose on the first body, kind of tenderly, like, touching it, and then moving to, like, its head and, like, closing its eyes in a really respectful manner, and then going to the next one, doing the same.
I have a 10 for passive perception, so I do not notice.
I rolled a 3 for stealth with
Okay,
my modifier.
I open one eye and look over at you.
Yeah, so
You
5.
recognize the spell that he's casting because it's cast often enough with lots of different things. So you know that he's preserving the life of those that were killed so that they can be used later for communication or be raised easier.
Thanks, Taslin.
You're welcome. And I'll just kind of sit down next to her. And
How you holding up?
lazy shrug. Just, I'm holding. How are you?
Holding. Tough business saving the world. Gotta have perseverance, among other things.
Indeed. Was it hard for you?
Falling from the heavens, you mean?
Humor. Yeah. Killing your own kind.
I didn't kill these guys. And it depends on the situation. Back before you joined us, we were at this tower and we had to do battle with a bunch of hobgoblins. And we had to kill them because their master has some kind of magic on them that was going to kill them anyways. So it's really dependent upon the situation. And sometimes, you meet some hobgoblins that can't be saved. But these guys were just mercenaries. They said that they were being paid to do a job. So.
But at any time they could have walked away. Pay or not.
It's tough being a hobgoblin. They could belong to a banner that actually sourced that stuff out. I don't know. We can't ask them right now. But for people like me who are of a brutal heritage or perceived as a brutal heritage, when you get started in life, it doesn't matter what your intent is. People aren't going to hire you for shit. So you have to take the dirt jobs until you get to a place where you can command enough respect and have enough reputation to take the jobs that you actually want to take. So I don't know what's up with these guys, but they didn't even get a chance to talk to me about it. And to some extent, it seemed like they were just doing their job. It's been lingering in my mind the way that the one was kind of insistent upon the justice of the retaliation. But, we never really got to sit and talk really about that justice. A blow equaling death.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like the chance to potentially persuade them to my side, to show them that there is a way to be and live that doesn't disrespect oneself or one's heritage necessarily. It may not work. I'm willing to admit that, but I feel like it would be not right. It's right to at least try. And sometimes doing the right thing, this is what I was talking to Timor about, is that sometimes doing the right thing isn't always the intelligent thing, and sometimes doing the right thing isn't always the easy thing.
Yeah. Well, everyone's back at the tower. If you'd like to continue praying, I'll wait.
No, it's all right. We'll go. So, football 'em.
Mm-hmm.
Rise.
So,
How long is Kale going to spend at the House of Knowledge?
He was just going to stay there overnight. Long rest style, baby.
Okay. So everyone else kind of gathering towards the Harper headquarters down in the chasm. Kale doesn't come back for the night, do you guys go looking for him at all, or are you good with that?
I'm not gonna go looking for him. Wait, did I say I was gonna check up on him after
Did
getting
say
Nos?
that.
You did.
You're right. I guess I have to, because that's what my original plan was. Unless I got talked out of it. So I'm gonna, if Nos is gonna go with me, we'll continue like chatting down the alleyways.
Yeah, no problem. I got these two buddies. They're light as a feather.
So we'll head that way.
They've had gentle repose put on them. Would you like the temple to keep them for a time until you're ready, as they have a crypt that they can put bodies in?
If you would be so kind.
Yeah. The city guard might let you in, knowing who you are, with bodies, but the more you carry dead hobgoblin bodies over your shoulder, the more suspicious it will be. So.
Yeah, I just don't trust them to just be laying out around. People are going to pilfer the bodies and stuff. But I trust the guys at the Temple of Tamora. So.
Yeah, the Temple of Timora has a crypt beneath it that they will gladly store these bodies in. And they'll even make sure that they are gentle reposed every 10 days, should you need the bodies.
Thanks. I should be back before 10 days. So.
Okay. So, you go to see Kale?
Yeah.
All right. And you'll find Kale somewhere in the library, studying a lot. What are you looking for again, Kale?
So Lakadia dumped all his gems on me, so I got to do all that work. Channeling my divinity to gain proficiency with jeweler's tools, so I can appraise all these diamonds, non-diamond jewels that we got. And then after that, I was gonna cast tongues as many times as I could to learn Abyssal and Celestial.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the quality of goods that are in there, make a jeweler's kit check. So say maybe intelligence plus proficiency bonus.
Well, so what's our proficiency bonus for? Yeah, 4. So 4, 7, 12.
12 in total when you have a plus 11 on the roll.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No,
right.
14.
14, okay. A lot of the goods are of very high quality, and you feel confident you should probably get a more secure second opinion. But you can make a rough estimate of around 20,000 gold pieces worth of jewels in this bag. 500 pounds of jewels would be worth that much.
Damn.
Yep. Damn.
All right. Cool. Once that's finished up, I'll continue. And if anybody approaches me and asks, like, "Hey, got trouble? Got trouble?" I'm gonna be so making myself look as busy as possible, so that I don't have to interact with other human beings, just like in real life. Woo! But yeah, once the appraisal's done, I will move on to using magic to know languages.
All right. And it's during that time while you're studying that book that Taslin will finally find you.
Mm-hmm.
With Nos in tow.
Okay. Hi.
Taslin will look in, see he's doing well, offer like a quick wave, say, the sun is setting really awkwardly, and just like turn to go out.
Hey, big guy.
Okay.
We just came and check on you. Make sure you're all right. Nothing happened to you.
Yeah, I'm fine. I was planning on staying here tonight, if that's fine.
Sure. Just make sure to get some rest.
You too.
anything sent for us.
Mm-hmm. I just keep flipping through the book.
All right. Shall we go?
So, heading back towards the Harpers, the sun is getting much lower now at this point. However, Taslin,
Yep.
roll an intelligence check.
All right, that's an 11.
Okay. Huh. Weird. It's getting dark quicker than it should.
I was too preoccupied with Nos. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just the night came in a little bit quicker than it probably should normally be. But I guess time flew by quicker than I had imagined. Time to go to sleep.
Okay.
Everyone else currently underground in the chasm. You don't really get a view of the night sky as a starless night moves on in. You'll rest for the evening and all gain the full benefits of a full long rest before morning.
And nothing
The
bad
sun
happens.
does rise. The sun does rise on this
All was
next day.
good with the world.
So you don't need to worry about that. But it is, bright and early. First thing in the morning, you guys have the world at your fingertips. Everything seems normal in this city. There's nothing really driving you for the next couple of days. So while our heroes try to figure out what in the world they're going to do and if they're going to go to Evernight anytime soon, we will take a bit of a break. So thank you for joining us tonight, folks. You can join us again in 2 weeks' time. Next week we will be unable to have a session, but we will be back in 2 weeks' time. So thank you very much, folks, and have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Enjoy your
Good night.
Thanksgiving.